All right. Hey, everybody, it's Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You.
Big Mike in his house.
In the house.
Hey.
So, my pregnant compadre, how are you today?
Pregnant.
How have you been?
As fuck. Girl, I've been good, girl. Just, small epiphanies happening in my life, girl. Some revelations fucking with me. I'm like, I didn't expect a mental change to occur, but as one should grow into something better for one seed.
For one offspring.
So, just kind of like going through the motions day by day, like just noticing new stuff about me and how I'm responding to things and not responding. And girl, it's a lot.
It's heavy. Heavy.
But then, when I was walking from my car today, and I was like, wow, I'm pregnant. And I started smiling. So I have those random moments where I'd be like, I'm pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, everything else is okay.
That's how it's supposed to be, my friend. It's supposed to be, wow, I'm pregnant. And you feel all the major feels and all that. And I can't wait till your baby starts to whoop your fucking ass. It's so nice. It's such a sweet feeling.
Shut up.
Life is in your womb. Okay. And hopefully your baby is a graceful child.
Yes.
I hope so.
I've seen the activity. I think I'm going to
shout it going.
I'm gonna be baby. Shit, bending his back, lifting his arms like this. I'm like, what is happening in there?
Nothing, just chilling.
He or she is doing hella aerobics. Bitch.
Thank you for saying he or she. Let's discuss Micah, you guys. So every time she talks about this baby, she just automatically calls it a he. Now, in grammatical terms, whatever. In grammatical terms or just like regular conversation, it's like not customary, but it's just like you just say he by default. It doesn't really mean anything. Women across the land have always been annoyed by that. Well, why is it always like fireman? You know, why is it always actor, actress, though they like to just be called an actor, not an actress, because whatever. But that's the thing, it's always a thing. So my thing is every time we talk about the baby, I feel like we have to throw out a possibility that it's a little girl. It could be a little Micah in there. It doesn't have to be a little Willie. And I just feel like all this he stuff, she's gonna be real fucking hurt when she come out and it's like, damn. So a bitch never considered that I could have been a girl. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Micah for saying he or she, because she never fucking says that. And it's like, bitch, you're gonna turn my knees like that.
It's just so easy. And even in the video, I said, it.
It. Let's call it an it. Because it's it right now.
It. I don't know what it is. But it's fine. It's fine. Just try to be more diversify your
inclusive. Inclusive. Right. Okay. Well, my week since we last spoke has been interesting. To say the least, I've discovered all these new Pisces abilities I never knew. Okay. And I'm like, man, look at me. I'm something else. So it's exciting. That's really all I got for you guys.
Pisces. Woo!
Pisces. And Pisces season is officially over. It's Aries season now. So shout out to Aries. My mother is an Aries. Her birthday is coming up momentarily. But it is still March. And so I feel as though, Micah, we still have a couple more days.
We do.
Turn this up. So oh gosh, I can't do this with Mia's friend, and she's gonna call me nonstop on this, and I'm about to lose my mind. So it's gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna answer and tell her, do not call this back, please. Oh, hi, Mia's mom. She's the sweetest little kid, by the way. But why is my video paused? What happened? Cancel. Okay. So anyway, first thing I want to talk about is Kylie, right? Kylie Jenner, she had just got cussed the fuck out, dragged for filth the other day because her makeup artist got into the story was that she has a makeup artist that got into a really bad accident, flew out the window, needs emergency brain surgery, $60,000. And she donated some money and then she put up they had a GoFundMe. So she donated some money, put up the GoFundMe and was like, help, anything you can donate is great. So it's like $60,000. So then people started dragging Kylie ass.
Why don't you just pay for the whole thing?
Because you're rich. You're a billionaire. Why the fuck are you asking me, who I'm waiting on this $1,400? Why are you asking me to do this when whatever? So Kylie got dragged like shit. And the argument came up where, okay, just because she has the money, why does she have to give her money to this person? And then the other side of it is, but this is how you really see who fucks with you or not. Because with how much money, someone did a breakdown of it. Kylie makes like, now I forgot what the immense number was, but like $500 and something thousand a day.
A day.
Just sitting there. This is way more than this nigga needs to get better. She makes all this money a day. She makes how much money an hour just breathing. Her baby has like a fucking Chanel purse that's what, $12,000?
She got it. Right? She got it.
Exactly. So why would you not do this? Why are you asking us? So Kylie got dragged for Phil. So before I finish the story with that, what are your views on that? Should this bitch just have paid, or fuck y'all? Didn't he get the money, or ain't he go get the money anyway? Why Kylie got to pay it?
Right. So she gave 60,000 though, right?
No, they were raising 60,000. She gave 5,000.
Oh, okay. So it could be one of two things. She probably really don't fuck with Buddy. It could be along the lines, regardless of if he performs something for her to get paid. He's not a friend. He is a professional, right?
Yeah.
This is someone who is working in her team. You would think, but you would just take care of the team. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
But maybe this particular team member, she didn't really fuck with like that. But it's like, I want to give something because I feel bad and I feel obligated. But he's not family. He's not a close friend. He is an employee. And so when you think about companies and people who work for people, they cover certain things in your health insurance. They have a certain cutoff. They don't do everything. They give you a nice percentage though, but they don't do the most. So she could literally be looking at this as, you work for me, this is the least I can do type situation. I'm sorry for what happened, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, telling people how to spend their money and where they want to put it, where they should put it, it would have been a decent thing for her to do because it's been so easy. But I think she's thinking on a level, I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's her prerogative. I don't have to do that. I gave 5,000. Now all his other family needs to help because I'm not the only person in his life that should care about him. And he works for me. So mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, whatever. Like if he wasn't in my life, how would y'all figure it out?
Right.
So, you know, I don't know. I think people with money kind of get tired of other people telling them how to use their money, even though they have it. And that's why they have it for so long, because they're not as privileged.
Rich people are stingy. Rich people are very frugal.
They are stingy.
They're frugal too. They're frugal on what they want to do. And I'll say that.
As they should be, because that's how you keep it.
True. That's how the rich stay rich, as they say.
That's my partial views, but obviously she could have taken care of that shit.
So right. So when I initially heard it, I just thought like, okay, maybe there's something I'm missing, right? Because I can't see why she would not spend. It's $60,000. Like someone did a breakdown of how much that is based on what she's a billionaire.
It's nothing.
It's literally equivalent to 50 something cents. Like,
yeah, it's nothing.
When you did the fraction of what that is, it's cents to her. So she could have just paid that. Why would you be asking people why would you be doing this? So yes, Kylie, to me, it's just like, you know, she don't really give a fuck about this dude.
She don't. And that's clear.
So now hearing all that, the story came, and to me, yes, it was like, Kylie, that's fucked up. You buying fucking Chanel purses and shit like that for a baby that she ain't even gonna
her baby.
True, but that's besides the point. The bottom line is you're a billionaire and this is somebody that works for you. And Kylie is not the cutest girl. Let's just be very fucking honest. She wasn't cute. But
now she is.
She's not cute with the surgery. No, without makeup on, Kylie looks a fucking mess. She got that I had surgery face, like their lips look weird. It's like has this weird swollen kind of thing to it. These bitches always look funny when they don't have makeup on. And they all got the same face. All of them.
Cardi B too.
Face. Black and white or whomever. When they don't have, it's weird. So you should be making sure this nigga straight because, bitch, come on. So I mean, it was like whatever. So now the story of it actually came out because Kylie had to come defend herself because of course they was dragging this bitch for Phil. So the real story of it is she didn't make the GoFundMe. That's one. The family made the GoFundMe. The family goal on the GoFundMe was $10,000 when she saw it, and they already had 6. So this is why she added 5 because you made the goal. Now you have 11. Perfect.
Right.
So That was it. And she said, furthermore, she did go on to say, he and I do not work together. He's not my makeup artist. He's my makeup artist years ago. He's not my makeup artist. And unfortunately, we're not as close as we used to be, but it's still all love. I still fuck with him. And when I heard about what happened, I went straight to the GoFundMe and I added what they needed to, because she could have added 4 since they already had 6.
She added what they needed and more.
This gave 5, right? Bella Thorne is another, I think she's an actress. Bella Thorne came and gave $5,000. So it's the family that bumped that bitch up to 60. But I mean, realistically, if celebrities are promoting it and it ain't like they're gonna need mad money, he had to have brain surgery, like emergency brain surgery, or he would have died. So there's gonna be expenses that come up. So to me, now reading all that, I was like, okay, so y'all ain't even gonna check before you just drag Kylie.
But that's what happens though. People always count other people's pockets and they always trying to make excuses and drag people for what the fuck they do with their fucking money. Yeah. Like, that's just what it is. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if she was close to dude, it wouldn't have been no GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? If this was somebody that was a person that she fuck with on a regular, bro. Like they have he is over there with fucking Dream, goddamn, and hanging out and whatever the fuck.
Stormy.
He would have fucking paid for it. Dream, Storm, goddamn, she is
all
so
the fucking
cute.
kids. They got a lot of kids over there. They all have babies at the same time.
Storm is so cute. She is Stormy. She is so cute.
Stormy's
but
cute.
yeah, if she would have fucked with Buddy, it wouldn't have been no GoFundMe. She just and then she just confirmed it all. I haven't even worked with him in the past, whatever.
Yeah, he's not her makeup artist. They have not worked together for a while. And she's like, unfortunately, we're not as close as we used to be. But as soon as I saw it, I did help. The goal was only 10 when I saw it, and I put 5 to beat their fucking goal. And then they bumped that shit up to 60, but I still shared it. I think she probably even shared it before it went to 60. But once
which is even better.
Yeah, because once she shared it, everybody and their mama about to come.
People I know.
Yeah. So like it's one of those things where it came to like, no good deed goes unpunished. You can't. So what Manny used to always say it. You win. You can't win for you can't lose for winning. You
can't win for losing.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, you can't win for losing.
Something like that. So Manny said that. So it turns out we just all had the story very misconstrued. And of course they jumped down Kylie's throat because nobody really, really likes the super rich and wealthy. They're just kind of like, nobody really cares for them,
And then you overlove them because you watch everything they fucking do. It's like this sick ass obsession. Mm-hmm. You hate them, but you love them at the same time.
The same
damn time.
I got all right. So that's that. All right, quick story. So my child, right? She was laying with me yesterday and she said, I was just asking, did you and Dada have to have sex to make me? So my child and I talked about sex, we understand. So I said, well, that's how babies are made. So yeah, we did. And like her face was just like, and I just started dying. She just looked so disgusted. Like,
that's how I feel, sis.
Oh, my dad be fucking. I thought about you and her dad, because Manny's parents are they've been married his whole life. They're very lovey-dovey, and it always grosses him and his siblings out. So she was just like, and then she was laying there and she was just like, imagine how many times she calls Manny's parents Nana and Papa. Imagine how many times Nana and Papa had to do it to have Uncle Quan and Uncle. So she started naming her aunt and uncles, and it was just hilarious. I was dying, and I was like, Mia, you're worried about the wrong things. Okay, let's just be happy that your grandparents fell in love and made your father. Hence, we have you, and you are here. And she was just like, man. Nasty. So I sent it to Manny today. Manny was dying. He was like, bro, this is fucking insane. Whole world just came crashing. I was like, yeah, because she understands what sex is. And now to know that mommy and daddy did it, yeah, we did do it. That's how you throwing ass, all right?
You got this job.
So that's something. Think about that when your kid comes to you with that question. At what age do you keep lying to them? What do you think you're going to do? What age do you think you're going to keep lying to them or tell them? Like, me and 8 for reference, and we've had to have sex conversations because sex is everywhere. And it's just been upon her. So she knows what it is. And that grown folks do it and babies come from it. That whole pigeon or whatever the fuck, that shit ain't never flew.
Ain't no stork, bitch.
Ain't no stork. I didn't just say he was fucking, but you know what I'm saying.
But the funny thing about it is, I feel like my mom been talking to me and John about sex since we've been in the womb.
Yeah, you told me that.
That shit ain't weird for us. I mean, it's a common conversation. We had questions, she answered it. Nothing was ever awkward. It was just said.
This is it.
It was until that unfateful morning where I walked upstairs needing some money before the end of the year school field trip, and I saw the act, and I've never been the same since. It disgusts me. I've
seen my mom have sex before when we were in Detroit still.
Walking in on them is disgusting. I don't give a fuck. I hate it. I don't want to hear about. I know it happens. It's not even about.
Damn.
It's not even in the now about the shit. It's just like my mama fucking my day. That's nasty.
Cool.
That's not a turn on. That's disgusting. Like, ew. Moaning. Clothes naked. Like,
right.
Come on, bro.
Right.
Like, no, I don't want to talk about that shit. I know it happened. I'm here. I don't question it. I'm here. I appreciate it.
Ain't nothing else to talk about. Like, we clearly.
Yeah, dead ass. But like, I am so for healthy sexual conversations with young children. I think that's the best way for them to learn. Not how to do it, but how it works and why it works. Like my mom
and when it's appropriate, when it's appropriate and when it happens in the circumstances and blah blah blah.
Rather, she kept explaining you have to be in love and you have to.
That's what I was saying.
About.
I tell her that all the time.
Wait for marriage. She just said you need to feel this way. This person needs to take care of you. It is a spiritual connection. It was so deep to me. It was never like, oh my God, it's fornicating. I was like, no, this is like the best thing that can happen to two people. Like, I always thought of it like that. Always. So it was never just fucking, like,
Yeah, with her, I always stress the point that, mommy and daddy were in love and this is what happened. Mm-hmm. Good thing now that Pop fell in love because then they made your father and then your father and I fell in love. We made you and whatever. So I can just only imagine all the things running through my kid's head and the sex that she's seen intentionally or not intentionally, just watching stupid shit on YouTube or whatever. Please be careful with that, parents. Okay. I done seen so much freaky shit on YouTube with my goddamn kid. So,
shit everywhere, bro. I don't
watch that shit. They all type of shit fucking.
They not censoring.
I did not know. YouTube is low key Pornhub, bro. Like low, high key. It's dicks everywhere.
They don't care. They don't care about our kids and what they
see. Just keep your eye on it. All right. So next, won't talk about it long. Saweetie and Quavo broke up. Are we sad? Are we sad about this? We feel bad for them?
Like, I've never heard any drama, no beef. Their whole relationship. I love when relationships are like that because it's supposed to be like that. Everybody ain't supposed to know every move you make, every fuck up somebody having. No arguments. I ain't see no sneak dissing, no subliminals, no nothing. Their whole relationship. So I was shocked when they broke up. I said, oh shit, that shit over with. But I guess it's supposed to be like this because, they didn't talk about nothing up until this point. So Quavo.
Oh shit, that was bad.
Quavo was a joke. You ain't the woman I thought you was. Boy, shut up.
And that's what I want to talk about.
Shut up.
It's been a drag today, but let's talk about Quavo.
Boy, shut up.
He admitted to, I disrespected you, I betrayed you, all of that. You're not the woman I thought you was.
Boy,
fuck you.
Fuck you.
I don't like this. So
what? Shut up.
What she did? She was out here fucking like what?
Shut up.
Just be quiet.
Boy, shut up. So the thing that's funny about that is me and Willie was on YouTube and we was watching Saweetie and she was on I think it's like Unfinished or whatever. It's just this kid, P. Diddy, and I think his friend have a show on YouTube or some shit like that. And they have different stars, and it's kind of like an uncut conversation, like different celebrities going there.
I saw snippets of it, yeah.
Yeah, so Saweetie was on there. So I'm looking, I was like, oh, let's see if they bring it up, whatever. So I'm watching it, and Willie's watching it, and she used to talk to P. Diddy's son.
Yeah, Justin, that was her boy.
And so
cute.
Willie was like, well, you think that's wild? I said, baby, he cheated. And this ain't got shit to do with Justin. You know what I'm saying? So the question that they were asking and the way that their communication and whatever, she didn't seem like she was flirting with him. She didn't seem like she was giving off, asking me the question, no, Justin, what's up? Like she never did any interaction like that. So my thing was, okay, in this interview, she said nothing that I feel like would have disrespected Quavo, because I know niggas real sensitive when people ask sexual questions to their girl. Mm-hmm. And obviously men are in the room, her ex is in the room. I know how prideful and insecure.
And he look better. And he about just as rich.
Exactly. And so I know how that could be. And then Willie was trying to find like maybe that this interview kind of pissed him off because what they was talking about. Threesomes and when do you buy your guy stuff, or are girls supposed to buy guy stuff? So it was asking these questions that relate to her relationship, but also just in general. Right. So she said nothing disrespectful. Right. So I'm like, this can't be it. It had to be Quavo. You know what I'm saying? Right, and so when he admitted to his bullshit and then said, "You're not the woman
I thought you was,"
it's like that Samuels guy that you hate, Derrick Jaxn, who you loathe or whatever the fuck.
Bitch, find a stronger word for that.
Right. Literally, it's like everybody keeps talking about how women these days don't know how to stick around. Everybody just want to leave the drop of a dime. Like,
that's all bitches know how to do is stick around.
That's the thing. But they said women these days. They talking about us.
Oh, well, you right, bitch, because I'm leaving. Fuck you.
Which is shocking. It's shocking to me because shocking. Because I feel like we're still sticking around. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but they said women are always so ready to leave, so ready to get a divorce, so ready not to blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. These are not real relationships, they're situationships. But regardless of the matter, women have been known to be dragged for years. To finally, 8, 9 years, 10, 12, 30, 40 years later, he's treating me like the queen. And then giving me all my props for putting up with all of his shit. What kind of accolade is that? I don't give a fuck about that award. Don't pat me on the back for being disrespected for years. And then when he finally decides to respect me, everybody wants to pat me on the back for sticking it out. Like, what the
Then let's talk about that. It's about, okay, rewarding the behavior that you want to continue, right? So a woman suck it out. This is terrible behavior. This is low self-esteem. This is insecurity. This is really just us not knowing our self-worth, which is why we say that drags us through the mud, right? So you trying to tell me it's like reinforcing. You want to reinforce something. It could be good or bad, but whatever you want to reinforce, you what's what I'm looking for? Whatever you want to reinforce, whatever behavior you want to, you reward it. That's what I'm looking for. Whatever behavior you want to reinforce, you reward it. So after 66 years of sticking it through with a trifling ass nigga, you know what, Sally? I'm gonna be good to you.
See?
I'm gonna treat you right, bitch. Now, because
now wash the fuck up.
Dick don't work half the time. He probably broke.
Who's gonna take care of me? I'm sick.
He's gonna wash my ass when I'm old.
You know what I like to eat when I'm X, Y, and Z. You know how to cook. What you thinking about all the stuff that made you love her and also mistreat her at the same time. So I'm not the woman you thought I was because you thought a bitch was gonna get dragged. Do you know who the fuck I am? That's how Saweetie acts. Yeah. Do you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
I'm Saweetie, bitch. I can have whoever the fuck I want.
And to be fair, from whatever she tweeted, she implied that she has sat through infidelity for a while. You know, she sat there trying to find a way to make it work, like you said.
Exactly.
They're saying leaving. We're not that quick to up and leave. I can always say when men feel like there's something they're missing out on, and women always feel like
I can't leave because there's something else that can work.
We're quicker to settle, and niggas are always feeling like there's something better. We need to kind of just share those behaviors because both need a fucking adjustment. So she's implying that she stayed through a lot of shit. And to me, it's like every time we think about cheating and what's what or what's not, you just go back to Beyonce and Jay-Z. There's so many people that think Beyonce is the finest bitch on the planet. Jay-Z definitely cheated on her ass. I don't know too many amazingly fantastic bitches that don't get cheated on. So I don't. Everybody has nothing to ever do with her. It'd be the nigga who feels like there's something he's missing. Oh,
let me tap in real quick.
Tap in.
Shout out for my dog. The fuck, Sweetie. What's up,
Sweetie? Girl, good.
What's up, sis?
Mama.
No, I like Quavo, but he ain't shit for this.
I do.
But I follow him Quavo for real. So he shocked me with this one. I wasn't ready for him.
I'm devastated.
So I was listening to this, what's this shit called? I have chat room. What's this shit called? Goddamn.
Clubhouse.
I was listening to Clubhouse on the way.
I gotta get on Clubhouse. I don't know nothing about it. I got an account. I have an account and I've never ever used it. I don't know what.
I listened to it for the first time today in a long time. Because I used to listen when I first got it, but I don't listen as much. But I listened today because I was looking for Derrick Jaxn shit. So now the room I stumbled into, this man is a biochemist. And he was talking about the testosterone levels that are increasingly high in Black men, right? So he was like, there are statistics, a 29% higher, testosterone levels are 29% higher in Black men than they are in white men or any other men. So what does testosterone do? So he starts explaining everything behind testosterone. Testosterone makes you more aggressive. Testosterone makes you more sexually
charged, I guess.
Sexually inclined. Like you are like this beast in a sense. And so he was like, to try to control that, he was given scientific justifications for cheating, right?
Oh, that's new. That's new. Never heard that.
Every man always says, this is what men do. Babe, it's not to hurt your feelings. I can't help what my dick wants. Now, some other guy came on there and was like, hey, bro, like he said, I ain't no biochemist, but, and so he was like, I am a poli-science. I'm a poli-science major. And what I know is articles. What I know is facts. What I know is research information. He was like, and I am a man and I do fuck off. He said, I protect myself. But at the end of the day, I have integrity. You niggas lack integrity.
Clap for this Black ass.
Are we gonna keep it? And then this other whole old head popped in. He been married for 39 years. He said, I have never stepped out on my woman and I've been in the entertainment business for forever. Beautiful. I love my wife. He said the difference between you men and the men who decide and choose not to give in to whatever the fuck testosterone or people tell you have, that is the real difference between you and them. It's the choice. You want to be ran by testosterone? You want to be controlled by something that is essentially controllable? That's a fucking joke. He said, all you niggas is jokes. Y'all making excuses for what y'all want to do. And so the lady was like, no one says you have to agree to monogamy. Whoever you're with, if that's an agreement between you two, then okay. But no one says, hey, before you die, you must be monogamous. This is not a threat. This is a choice as well. So everyone who's choosing to be in a relationship, whether you're married or single, because if you're single, that means if you're in a relationship, it means you're still single because you're not married. Technically, to some people, I'm in a relationship with Will, but we're not married. I'm single. These niggas still come at me. You ain't got no ring on your finger, so what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they come at you. So this is all boils down to a choice. Why do you niggas choose monogamy? Cut it out.
You don't have to. You could just
cut it out. Why don't you just hold your royal oats, have sex with everybody you want? Why do you want a girlfriend? Yeah. Because these girls do whatever you want to anyway. They still come get you. They still give you money. They still feed you. They still sex you. They still do everything you want them to do. Sex. I thought about Brie. Mm-hmm. So why do y'all keep choosing monogamy? That's the real why. For what?
For why?
But it sounds good. It don't sound good because y'all don't know how to do it.
It don't sound good because it don't sound like you really want to fucking do it, my nigga. So,
what don't want to do it.
Where's your problem? It's like, you know what Carlum said? So Carlum told me a while back, Carlum said he thinks it's a mental illness. For niggas that, because he says it's a mental thing, right? And technically testosterone, all this is kind of sciencey, so maybe, bitch. But logic is, he knows niggas that are married, love their wife, they'll fucking nigga up, they'll kill about their wife, they'll die for their wife, and still fucking other bitches. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck wrong with these niggas. He's like, but I think it's a mental thing. And I was like, you niggas make me sick. Like, that's all I got to say.
And then, see how they blame it on stuff, though?
Yes, like, I'm like, really,
Carla? Choice, bruh. Can we blame it on the choice? You just chose the wrong thing. Can we just say right and wrong?
But just say you don't want to. Just
niggas, what they do, so they fucking sick. It's crazy to me. It's crazy.
But don't it's mental illness. Like,
you don't want
about it. Carlin was like, exactly, mental illness. This shit don't make.
What about all the women?
No sense.
Okay.
What, Michael? What?
What about Beyonce? Right?
What about food?
Glamorous, got money. She can have any dick she want. I mean, bitch. There are people. There is a freaking at a university. There is a subject that they study Beyonce, like biology or some shit. Right? She can have anything any man she wants. You don't think she thought about fucking somebody else?
Maybe she did.
You don't think she wanted to go on a secret date behind the Berlin Wall or some stupid shit so nobody would see her? You don't think she wanted to do that?
Because she was with Jay-Z for so long, bro. They've been together.
It's human.
One.
And what happens when
that's
you got
the only dick that whole time?
And then think about it. I've been hurt. You keep betraying me. You keep trying me. I keep taking your shit, blah, blah, blah. Less and less, you are chipping away at my ability to not give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
So in those moments, she could have easily done whatever she wanted and probably never got caught. But it's a choice, bruh. We are just as sexual as them. And you know another thing? They said Black women have a very high testosterone because testosterone is activity driven. Based on the activities that you do, that will boost your testosterone. If you're at the head of
like if I work out?
No, if you're head of the household, if you take on masculine,
I'm a nigga.
That's what I'm saying. If you take on masculine activities, head of the household, paying the bills, the Black man is taken away from the household from jump for many reasons, right? But women have had to do both testosterone and estrogen shit. So if that's the case, sis,
Leanna, shut up.
Why we not fucking off in relationships? I got just as much testosterone as you. You niggas keep telling me I need to feminine up. But if I need to tone my testosterone down, I'm too fucking independent. I don't need a band, and you keep barking that shit at me. Why am I not fucking off while I'm in a relationship? If we basing off testosterone, my shit high as fuck. I'm trying to find my estrogen around this bitch. I'm trying to be.
I've misplaced it. It seems like I've misplaced.
Where is it?
Right. Looking under the bed. Is it under there?
Bro, it's a fucking choice. And we always talking about how we lost the soft side of us, and we don't have time to cater and to feed a man's ego. Nobody got time for that shit because what we have to do every day. It's not that I don't want to. I don't have
the time, Daddy.
I have time.
I gotta go.
I have the energy. You don't understand what it's like to be both of us.
Bitch, that's the one. You don't understand what it's like to be both of us.
You're not wanting to. I have to.
I have both.
I have to be both of us.
Wow, you gem drop. That's a good one.
I'm just saying, it's a fucking choice that you niggas just need to start owning up. Like every racist white man, I want you to look me in my face and call me a nigga bitch and walk away. I want to know what type of racist you are. Yeah. Don't smile in my face and tell me you voted for Obama twice. I just want you to tell me.
Every time you say that, I die, bitch.
Bruh, just be straight up about your shit. I didn't care. I wanted to fuck her. And that's please.
Oh, and we'll just move on from there. If I stay, I stay. If I kill you, I kill you. Like whatever happens.
Whatever happens.
Just say, let's just drop it and move on.
I'm gonna cut you.
But thank you for telling me that. Remember what you kept doing at Mercy House? Okay. So what Bree's synopsis of Quavo and Saweetie is they're not really broken up. Like they going through a little moment. They'll get back.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, celebrity couples do this. Like, I don't know, but Saweetie, I get a little bit more, not saying that she might not get back with him. I'm never gonna pretend to know rich people's business, but I sense a little more standing my ground. You ain't finna try me no type of way, because we can compare this to Cardi and the other one. Take off, Offset. Yeah. Cardi and Offset. She came up with this whole thing. I'm getting a divorce. I'm leaving him. I filed for all this shit just to literally, and I'm not saying this in a joke, in a comical way, literally jumped off on the edge of something and jumped on his dick. She did it on the video, like for his birthday. She was dirty whining So she literally just jumped right back on his dick for her birthday, because he bought her something and they got over it. So she does these things to probably threaten him and get him together. And usually that's when niggas have to leave them and they don't want you to go. So in Quavo's situation, he's like, man, fuck you, man. You've been out here telling everybody I cheated. You're not the woman I thought you were. Like, what, nigga? What you thought I was gonna be cooking dinner for you? You didn't meet me doing that. This bitch talk about how icy she is and how niggas spend money on her. This is what the fuck she does. So it's like, I just feel like Quavo, just be quiet. Just bow out. If they really have broken up, they're both very successful. Saweetie is a lot more attractive than Quavo, but he's not ugly. So, and he's rich, and bitches like him. I thought he was a nice guy. I didn't know he was out here fucking.
Yeah, I had no idea. But I guess you never know.
You never know someone, do you? So they'll both be fine if they do rekindle the flame. And the verdict is still out, because like Bree said, they ain't really broken up. But I think we'll see. Shit, we'll see how that goes. All right.
Mama.
Right. Mama. Okay. Quick for this. The next verses. Did you hear what the next verses was?
Girl, no.
Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Woo! That's my shit! Y'all done fucked up. Okay.
My mom is gonna
listen.
She might pass out. I gotta keep.
It's really my era, y'all.
Girl.
That's what I was supposed to be.
My mom. I don't know too many Isley Brothers songs, but I know a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire songs. My mom loves them. So
it's about to go down in here, okay?
Yep, Easter weekend, bitch. It's Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers. I'm very excited to hear. I'm gonna show my ass in this house.
How I did with Patty and goddamn
Patty, yeah.
Listen, y'all don't understand. I was like, damn, bro, please do a versus with these type of people, please.
Mm-hmm. And then the one after that is Escape and SWV.
Oh, that's gonna go.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm finna dress up.
Bombs on us.
I'm finna dress up.
Girl, me too. I want to
take off your shoes.
I remember I was talking about En Vogue, and I'm like, when are they gonna put En Vogue in there? And one of those groups sound better to go with En Vogue, but Escape and SWV actually is a very good match.
They're the same. They sound the same
time. That's what I'm saying. So that's gonna be good. I can't wait. I was very little singing "You're My Little Secret," talking about cheating on my nigga that I did not have. So if anybody. Yes, Micah, you better dance. So it's gonna be great. Shout out to Versus. That's a great idea. Oh, when is the Red Man? Kay said it's Red Man versus Method Man, and then it's WB. So
really? That's gonna be a
confusing to me.
They the same. I'm just playing.
I don't know.
Weren't they together for a while?
Yes. So I'm not understanding. And they just had a versus the other day that I didn't watch because I don't know any Raekwon's music or the other guy. But that was like a niche one. Like people who really know their music had a blast, right? This is like for all the Jamaicans when Beanie and Bunty came out. I was in full fucking attire. It was a thing, bitch. So they on 420. Okay, cool. So it's Red Man. That makes sense because they smoke. Get it? 420. Oh, 420 is gonna be so interesting.
That's Christina's birthday.
Ooh. Oh, Christy, we gotta go find. I just talked to Christina yesterday.
That's her birthday. She's supposed to be coming down here for the reveal.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much fun. All right, and the last thing I want to say, I don't know much about this, so I can't speak on it much, but I've just been hearing this a lot, and my little heartstrings got pulled a little bit. So apparently Haiti's just going through a lot of shit. Like the thing I keep hearing is that kidnappings are going crazy in Haiti. Somebody always fucking getting snatched up. I don't know if it's just women. I don't know if it's women and children. I don't know if men getting snatched up, but I just keep hearing that kidnappings are really like running rampant in Haiti, and they're having like a whole bunch of political issues and stuff like that. And the bigger thing is that I'm hearing this just like off of YouTubers that I listen to, like It's Lovely Tea or maybe Haitians that I know, but you don't hear any of this shit like on the regular news media or anything like this. And Haiti always gets the shit into the stick. They don't never fucking support Haiti. They don't help Haiti with shit. Haiti always gets like the fucking worst when it comes to these hurricanes and all these fucking natural disasters. And Haiti just always has to figure it out on their own. And that shit makes me feel terrible because it's just like, it's an island, And my family is Jamaican. My mom's side of the family is Jamaican. And my grandma always said, Haitians are basically just like Jamaicans. They got a little accent. They talk a little different.
Got dropped off.
Very inclusive. Yeah, she's very inclusive with her. They're island people. We're all one people, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna try to do more research on it, so maybe I can talk a little bit more on it next episode, because I just heard more about it right before we did this one. But prayers for Haiti, man. I hate an island, especially an island full of Black people. They're just fucking going through it. And and we all know about Haitians. Haitians went having that slavery shit. They came up, they turned the fuck up, they got them people out there. But they've just been going through it ever since. Ever since then, they've just been going through it. And it's almost like the world just kind of turns their back against Haiti because it's like, oh, you niggas want to be big and bad and not be slaves? Okay. Now you're fucked up for like the rest of eternity. And the things that are happening, that the kidnappings is Haitians probably kidnapping Haitians. It could be that simple, but the unfortunate part is people in poverty. It's just a different mentality. You get what I'm saying? I'm in no way justifying the crime and the shit that's happening there, but it's just overall Haiti as a whole. I feel like Haiti's going through it from what I'm hearing, and that shit really makes me feel terrible. So it just prayers to everybody in Haiti and everything that Haiti's going through. People I know, shout out to Nay and shout out to Vivian, shout out to Carla, I'm Haitian. Shout out to all the Haitians that I know that are doing it. I don't know. Someone in one of my friends' family, she was kidnapped the other day, and I think they actually found her. But that shit is just scary as fuck. Like, they're just kidnapping people in Haiti for whatever fucking reason. And human trafficking is such a big thing. So I'm sure that probably has a big thing to do with it. I don't know. And I'm hearing that political wise, Haiti is also going through a lot of shit down there. So I just, prayers up for Haiti, man. I hope they can figure it out. And I hate that because you defend yourself, you have to just be thrown to the fucking wolves for the rest of forever. But I'm just hoping somehow there can be some type of turn in the tide for Haiti, and they can figure it out. And Jamaica got their own shit going on too, because they dropping bitches like flies in Jamaica. Like, they're just killing people. Like, all that shit Jamaicans be rapping about, they do it. Like, they shoot you, you die. So Jamaica, calm the fuck down. Calm down. But I just heard about Haiti, and so I just wanted to send my prayers to Haiti, everybody that, if they have anybody that's going through anything down there. And I'm going to try to do some more research to figure out exactly what's happening so we can talk about it. All right. So here it is, Micah. This is it. Derrick Jaxn.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm sorry.
Brilliant. Okay, so let me just give a quick summary, and Micah, you have to go first because I'm finna snap. Well, actually, not even that, but Micah, you told me some things last night that I heard more about, but you actually have a little more insight. So we're going to give you a quick summary of who this man is. Derrick Jaxn is a big old Black man. He is a handsome Black man, very buff, masculine, whatever. And he's more like a self-proclaimed relationship expert, guru. Yeah. A relationship guru. And shout out to Kasia. Kasia saw somewhere where they called him the car counselor, which was hilarious. And then I ended up calling his wife the nun. So it's car counselor and the nun. And this is their marriage, but whatever. So this man gives, okay, Ash. So this man gives advice on relationships and all this. And he's been doing this for years. From what I've seen, I can't say how long, but he's written a couple books. He gives speeches. He probably does appearances. All that's probably slowed down a bit since COVID, but this is what he does. You know what I mean? So, he does that, and it just came out recently that he's been cheating on his wife. So we'll stop it there. Micah, you had an example, and I heard some of it today. Charlamagne talked about it on the break he gave him donkey today, which he did a phenomenal fucking job. But you told me last night about it. What he was doing with some lady asking for advice. I think that's the story that came out.
Yeah. So the way that I was going with it was the whole power trip. So
right.
In Power, he's giving relationship advice. He's telling women what they should and should not be doing in relationships, what they should and should not be putting up with, what like signs to realize if somebody's not that into you. Like, he's helping the bitch out, right?
Yeah.
So this girl broke up with her boyfriend and then DM'd him and said, "Hey, I really need some relationship advice. Just broke up with my boyfriend. We've been going through a lot. I need guidance. When is your next book signing?" She made it very clear that she wanted to meet publicly. That's just what I'm getting. He responded with the eyes going to the side. It was like, okay. First of all, that's not professional. Let's start there. Anyways,
Boom.
So let's move on from his response. And then she says, "Yeah, is there a book signing? I was really looking for some guidance." He later then meets up with her for lunch, and they have a 6-month affair, fucking and all. He said, The only way we're gonna be friends is that we remain intimate. I don't want it if we're not intimate, blah, blah, blah. I have been going through a tough time with my wife. We are recently separated, possibly divorced. So this is what all the things that he gave her before he started fucking her, right? So my thing was, someone came to you for help and you then end up fucking them.
Oh, this one you brought up, Jada.
And that's when I said, this reminds me of the entanglement. If someone who is not mentally well, you can assume that they chose you because they need mentorship. They chose you because they see something in you that can help them, not fuck them, right? So if I'm coming to you, I am weak. I am more, personable.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. I'm in denial about certain things. I am smitten, if you will. So you can manipulate me and use me and make me feel like X, Y, and Z to make me do whatever you want me to do. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did to this woman, right? And then he hits her up and she doesn't respond. And then he leaves a message. Hey, I just want to know that me and my wife are working it out, blah, blah, blah. I wish you well. Do not contact me, blah, blah. Blocks her on everything. He did that to 2 women. Same story, 2 women. One woman came out about it, and then the next one. That was in 2020. Bitch, that was during Corona. So I'm very confused at how far they say the cheating dates back, which makes sense to why his wife's sitting there looking crazy. Jeez. But that was just my thing. Been watching this man forever. When I heard that story, that took it to a whole nother level for me because it just reminds me of pastors. It reminds me of people who have leadership positions and they choose to prey on the weak. They choose to use their power to manipulate people to do what they want them to do, to bend to their whim. My thing is, if you are a good leader, if you are somebody who wanted to move mountains and change the nation and change the world, that means you got to be, your caliber of a person has to be Jesus.
Your character has to be fucking unquestionable. Yes, because exactly. This is the role that you're choosing.
But you're human. So I do expect you not to fucking take the trash out when you should. I do expect you, you know what I'm saying, to not appreciate your wife from time to time. I do expect human shit. You're not perfect. But on the grand scale of you telling people how to have a healthy relationship, bitch, your shit needs to be healthy. Period. And it was far from it. Far from it. And then you want people to continue to support you after this was, I don't understand the logic behind that, because there is no logic. I gotta pay my bills. Yeah, y'all heard.
You're right.
Y'all heard. This is how I make a living. I've been in the car. I've been doing confessionals. I've been telling y'all ladies how I do this shit. And I gotta pay my bills. So buy my book. The fuck?
Right.
That's exactly what it seemed like.
So with him, I remember like the first video I saw a video of him. It was a while back. It was probably like 2017, 2018. It was a long time ago. And I remember seeing his big black ass in the car. And I was like, man, this is a great video. Listen to this guy. And I feel like I sent it to Micah. Like I had to have sent that to Micah. Like on
Facebook. Yep.
Yeah, on Facebook, right.
It just popped up.
Yeah. Right, he just popped up. So I sent it to Micah and I was just like, man, great, whatever. And like I never heard of him again. Like I just never saw him again until maybe 2019 or something like that. And it was like, after seeing a couple of his videos, something, as Jamaicans would say, Miss Spirit Nateke. Like something was just like, oh, something about this nigga is weird. And I don't know what it was, and I still can't all the way put my finger on it. But something about him was just weird to me. So I never cared for him. You never see me post this shit. We didn't do that. We just didn't really listen much. We just another nigga giving advice. It's cool. But something about him was just off to me. And so I would see men complain about him. Like, man, this nigga lying. That's cap. This nigga probably dragging his wife every day. This nigga probably cheating. Like you would hear things like that. And it's like, man, what he's saying is all still a message. Like this is all still correct. Everything he said is correct. He's just a fucking hypocrite. So now to hear that all this has come out, it's just like, I'm gonna see if I can find the episode for you guys. But there's been a few episodes. One episode was like, you motherfuckers need to do better. I think that's the name of the episode. And this was just me and my disgust with how much black men have pissed me off. And I don't really care how the fuck y'all feel about it. You can feel like, Leah, you're bashing the black man. I've only ever dated black men. I want you niggas to do better. So you can feel how you want to feel about it. But all the ones I've dated many men that have cheated, you know, whatever. And I know the insecurities and the all the insecurities that shit builds up in a woman when you do something like that. And it takes a woman that's a little more equipped to tell herself, sis, him fucking all them hoes ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
Like, this is something that Micah says it to me all the time. Micah has always said this about relationships, and that's something that I still don't even process that way, but I'm working on it. So the first thing I thought about when all this shit came out about him is that this nigga has spent years essentially bashing a certain branch of black men, just essentially bashing his own fucking kind, right? And men who don't cheat don't have anything to worry about, right? Men who are faithful to their women, none of his messages have anything to do with you. But you have been sitting here you've clearly been making a mockery of your marriage. Because for you, did you know he was married?
I thought it was gay.
You did say that. You did say that. And I mean, he gives gay vibes.
I didn't know he was with someone. It just didn't.
I had no clue he had a wife. None. No. So let's start there. But all I'm thinking about is the men that he sat there and dragged forever just to be a part of the same community that he wants to talk shit about. So it's kind of like, how helpful has this nigga really been, essentially any at all? Because what rubbed me the wrong way about him is that I don't like people who give advice that are just very one-sided about it. There are so many things that women can work on as well, right? There's so many things we can work on. Our communication can be better. Us accepting men for what they are. Men say he don't want to be with you, sis. If you want to keep fucking him, that's your business. Like, there's so many things that we can also work on, and I never heard that from him from the few videos that I saw him. So I think that's where it's like, this nigga sounds like he's just telling us what we want to hear.
Manipulating the women.
Yes, manipulating the insecure women. So that's why I feel like I didn't give much, credit to what the fuck he was talking about. So there's that whole branch of black men that you were sitting here dragging them forever. You made a living out of sitting here talking shit about women doing. Yes. And feeding these women all the things they want to hear. That was strike one. Strike two. All these women, the women that really do hang on to every word that this man says, are the women that we're talking about, that are insecure. The woman that reached out to him, she's just gotten to a breakup. She's going through it. This nigga seems like the epitome of what we essentially want. We want a handsome, big old black man that loves us, understands the and is going to take care of us. And we want a good man that's going to be there for us. So all these women that sat there and probably quoted his ass, probably sat there and used him as reference. Oh, well, Derrick Jaxn said, da 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 da. Same nigga she arguing with something, that nigga probably lying, da 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 da. Imagine how this woman fucking feels right now.
And you know what? The thing about that is, before you continue, her feeling like that is not wrong, right? Mm-hmm. So let's think about, she feels guilty for believing in somebody who betrayed her, in a sense. Mm-hmm. The things he was saying, like you said earlier, were the things he should have been saying.
And doing.
He just wasn't man enough to live up to those things.
Right.
He was telling us the ideal picture of what a healthy relationship looks like, what a healthy man loving a woman looks like, which is, thank you for those words, because they're words at this point. The person behind the words is the fucking joke.
It's the right message, wrong sender.
Exactly. And so with all that going on, I'm sure they're conflicted, because it's like, he was not telling us to jump off a building and to cut ourselves. And he wasn't telling us horrible things that would make us bad people.
Yeah.
He was giving us great advice. He just wasn't fucking following it.
So tell me how you feel about this, just to stay on these women that are insecure about it or whatever.
Right.
Me and you, we don't need a Derrick Jaxn to tell us any of this shit, right? Our confidence is to assert our self-respect, our self-worth, our confidence, our whatever insecurities we may or may not have. They aren't crowded by a nigga and how they feel about us. So we are the women that can easily decipher right message, wrong sender. It's fine. The women that are hanging on to his every fucking word, because this is what I hope I get sometime. She probably has dated. I've talked to men that have said shit to me like, all men cheat. You sitting here feeling like a nigga gonna be faithful to you. He ain't gonna never be faithful. There are so many men that say shit like that to women. And there's so many women that believe that. And then to sit here for those women that believe that or heard it so many times, but they trusted everything this big useless ass motherfucker said, for you that being exactly what all these niggas told me you guys were.
Right.
That's what I feel bad for. The hopelessness and the defeated fucking feeling she probably feels is feeling like I'm gonna have to settle for a nigga that probably does have 7 different bitches, but at least he paid her bills and at least he comes home at night. Women like that are created and they stay that way.
Right.
That's what's pissing me off because you're absolutely right. Us. We don't give a fuck about what this nigga talk about. He's absolutely right, and that shit wouldn't have made us or broken us in any type of way. Right. There's a certain group of women that are just hurt by whatever the fuck they've been through.
Right.
And them the ones he has completely fucked up. Like what?
And the Christians and the pastors.
Oh Lord.
Pastors. This is the same type of manipulation of power. Right? You are sent to give me God's word. But what women and what people who praise pastors forget to do is what? Separate the sender from the message. That's not something most people think about, to be real.
No, I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like deep down, it's like you're seeking a hero. You're seeking someone to look up to because you don't have somebody to look up to. Nobody in your life has ever poured into you. And so this person is pouring into you. And for the first time, you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel validated, right?
That's the word. Yeah, you feel validated because you feel this way, which is offense. Man, if my man cheats on me, it's not because he can't help it. It's a choice. And then you hear niggas say, man, like, I just can't help it. This is what niggas do. This is what it is. And then you have his big black ass. No, that's not the case. He made a decision. He is this and this. I don't have no sympathy for a nigga that's cheating. He probably, long before he stuck his dick in her, he was probably cheating already.
But Leah, apparently he has a book about how him and his wife got through cheating.
Michael.
And he said it at the end of his fucking reaction video.
So
me and my wife went through this. Go get the book. Like, bitch.
So the hopelessness that these women feel and stuff like that, these are the women that I feel for the most because it's just like, sis, I've been in situations like y'all know my dating scenario. Like you niggas make me so sick. Okay. And the unfortunate part is I still want you. I do. Maybe not at the moment, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Whatever. But it's just like, I'm just so sick of the bullshit. And I'm so sick of the excuses and I'm so sick of the justification. So it's like, to just see this is just another one. And this one, I feel like he's worse than your average bear because you make a living out of telling women what they want to hear just to find out you're disrespecting your very own black queen that you always want to fucking sit here and talk about. You full of shit, nigga. Next. His wife. Now.
Poor girl. Poor girl.
I just.
Oh, poor girl.
I like, oh my gosh, my disgust with this guy is so crazy, Micah, because it's like, after all this stuff comes out, and if anybody listening, if I'm skipping steps, please cut me off. But from my understanding, all the allegations came out. Everybody was like, oh, this nigga cheating. And then the next day or maybe a day or two afterwards, he comes out with this video with him and his wife, right? They're holding hands. And right. Okay. So they're holding hands. They're talking about whatever, his infidelity. And sis is not sure. She ain't jazzy the fuck up. She ain't got nose rings, earrings, lipstick, all that. Sis got on what looks like a bonnet. I was told it was a bonnet hat. Fine. Sis is just sitting there holding his hand. She looks sad as fuck to me, but whatever. And he's sitting there running his fucking mouth like he's always done, trying to explain, what I did. Mind you, so Charlemagne, I learned this from Charlemagne this morning. These accusations came out and he said he was cheating on his wife without the sexual part. And it was like, what the fuck does that mean? Just to come out and say, yes, me, Derrick Jaxn, I'm saying it here. I have had sex with other women. Nigga, you just said you did it. You just came out with that shit and said you didn't do it. And now it's, okay, me, Derrick Jaxn. I have cheated on my wife. I have had conversations that are inappropriate, whatever. So he comes down and justifies the whole thing. The lady holding his hand, just trying to be civil. Now, when I saw her, the first thing I thought was, oh, she a delicate little thing, ain't she? Like, that's the first thing I thought when I saw her. Like, damn, that's a wholesome ass bitch. Like, that's what I thought. And I was just like, oh, that's probably why you cheating. She don't look right. And as soon as I said that, I like slapped myself. I was like, you're blaming the victim. It's fucking irrelevant, right? Yeah. Right. And so this is something I don't think anybody did, because as soon as I showed my mom the video, my mom was like, well, look at her, damn. Like and my mom saw her live. She went live after their video or the next day or whatever. And my mom saw that and was like, well, damn, she can't just like comb my hair or something like that. So I was like, Mom, when I first saw her, I was like, whoa, but we're blaming the victim. It doesn't matter. And I went through her page yesterday. So in going through this lady's page, for everyone who probably hasn't or whatever, this lady looks like she's always been this way. She gives me like she really is a for real ass Christian woman.
No fucking way.
Bleeding the blood of Jesus, all this stuff. They don't do that. My aunt, I'm Jamaican. Everybody in my family Christian. And I got some aunts that are super, super Christian. My auntie, this little coolie lady. Her hair, but I hear her hair be so neat to it. So you gotta meet my auntie John. She's hilarious. She in Canada. But she's a very wholesome missionary woman. She don't do nothing crazy. She ain't never had her ears pierced. She don't wear makeup. This is what she looks like all the time. And this is what his wife reminds me of. So the issue that I'm having with this now is that fuck however she looks, it seems to me that she's always looked this way. When I went further down her page, she used to be even like a little bigger. She was like a little on the heavier side. This lady done worked out. I saw her little workout videos, and sister got to a nice little size. She got a nice little shape too. She got a little ass on her. Like, but this is her, and you married this woman being this way. So regardless of how she looks or what she got going on, this is where I feel like we're so ready to blame the woman for some shit or find out. It ain't got nothing to fucking do with her. This has nothing to do with her. Right? I heard of, I think Kasia sent it to me. Some interview somebody was having where he was complaining, saying that her sex was boring, like sex with her was boring. And it was like, then leave the bitch. Just go. Leave. Talk about it. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is when you're not pleased sexually, but it's like, the embarrassment that he's brought upon this lady and the way she's getting dragged through the fucking social media looks about how she looks and how she carries herself and why she don't wear no makeup and why her hair not combed, all irrelevant shit. He's so fucking embarrassing. And I want to get on people. She's very Christian heavy because her last video drove me up the wall, Lord, because it was just like, you guys are coming with stories. I'm coming with the blood of Jesus. I wear my armor. It's like, as comical as all that is, knowing real deal Christians and how they are, this is how real deal Christians are. This is how these people are. They don't sway and move to social media and whatever the case is. These people believe in their Jesus, their blood of Jesus. I had an aunt that was like that. She passed away. This lady would walk around bleeding the blood of Jesus all over my house. This is how she was. This woman is a hard down, serious Christian. And unfortunately, because she's married to a man that disrespected her, obviously, and threw her in the limelight, her way of living is now being made comical or being made fun of just because this is how she carries herself. I'm not the biggest Christian in the world, but at the same time, I'm uncomfortable with people sitting here getting on her case just because she wants to constantly talk about the Lord and whatever. I feel like we need to get her off social media and just take your time to heal. But maybe this is her way of healing by coming out and trying to defend herself. And then she's staying with her husband. So fine, whatever floats your boat. But it's listening to him talk and then her chime in. He talked about the Lord and how he had to commit to his life with the Lord or whatever the fuck he was talking about. Something like finding God or having to make sure his relationship with God was stronger.
Transformed in the blood of Jesus.
Transformed in the blood of Jesus.
So my thing was, when I first saw her, she looked uncomfortable.
Yes.
I didn't go to looks because I thought she was cute. And I just thought, I don't have to doll. Yeah, and I was like, I don't have to doll myself for you hoes. Like this is what I was thinking about her, because people who purposely go online like that, they don't give a fuck. Right? So my thing when I saw her, I was just like, she looks uncomfortable. She does not do this often. This camera thing is not her thing. She just looks very uncomfortable. And she was holding his hand. He was holding hers, grabbing that shit actually. And the way that her body was positioned.
Her body language was so
it wasn't like it was a platonic, it didn't even like a friendship, to be honest. It looked like a staged marriage. It looked like a staged relationship. And my thing is, I have to save my husband, although I'm uncomfortable. Because I chose to stay with his cheating ass, and I knew it. We went through it. We got a book on it, whatever. I chose to stay with him. God gonna deal with him. This is what I'm getting from her. Based on her response.
This is her.
Even in the video, when after he was done talking and she was talking, I felt bad for her because she didn't want to say that. I know she didn't want to say that. But she felt compelled to save him. Because that's what she did.
My thing is, I think she did want to say that because in the 2 fucking videos she made afterwards, that's all she was saying. And that's
all you
her own.
But that's what I'm saying. That's all you can say, right? I think the Christian world is not made to take responsibility for faults. They put it on the devil, right? They put it on transgressions. They put it on, oh, it's just God has just set me up for my next come up, or whatever the case is. So in that situation, he knows that about his wife. He set her up in a different way because you have the Christian women who believe that you don't leave your husband for infidelity.
No.
You don't leave your husband for anything because divorce is a sin. So you better figure it out. Y'all better go to church. Y'all better talk to your pastor. You better blah, blah, blah. You figure it out. You get dragged until the Lord, he delivers him, right? And so she looked uncomfortable. It looked staged. When I saw her video today, I was like, this is hard to watch because she's serious. Yeah. It's hard to watch because she's serious. Yes. And it's hard to watch because it's hard for me to listen to Christians like that.
Oh, God, it is.
It goes back to people trying to say, oh, she's brainwashed. Oh, she's in a cult.
All I heard was brainwashed. People say that all the time.
Brainwashed. She's in a cult. Oh, he beating her ass. Like, it's all type of stuff going on because of the discomfort. But that's camera. Paige looked ridiculous on camera when she talks, and she says it all the time. She's not comfortable talking because she's worried about how she's going to sound to other people when it comes out of her mouth. People are worried about sounding smart and being credible and how they look. You know what I'm saying?
She gave me nervousness. Yeah, she gave me nervousness, but not in a bad way. And it was like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just not comfortable with the camera, and you're making me do this to save us or to save you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. I can't pin if I feel like because when I initially see it, I'm thinking she's doing this shit herself. Like because she said it in the video with him. She was like, I'm getting all these messages saying, you should leave him, you should this, you should that. And then her answer to everything is the blood of God. The blood of God will fix it. And listening to her last video, she reminds me of my aunt.
And everybody else.
She was just so uber religious, and everything was just like the blood of Jesus, the blood of God, the blood of Christ's blood, blood. And it was just like, sis, it was hard in me even being sympathetic to her. It was like, okay, I just want her to just get off social media. Like, just get off social media, because what you're doing is not helping your plight. All these messages that you're getting, they're going to keep getting them. And now you're going to get a different version. Now they're going to keep telling you, sis.
This is great.
The only people that agree with what she's saying are other hard down Christians. And mind you, it's out of there. So she's in good company. She's in good company, but social media, that's not their place. Like, their place is us.
But guess what? We can turn this into an evangelistic mission.
That's what my mom said.
Fine.
Like, well, watch, she gonna get all his followers and all his listeners. And I said, no.
Fine.
She's not.
At the end of the day, I'm an evangelist, and what is my mission as a Christian? To convert y'all.
Because that's all she was doing. That's all she was doing. The blood of God.
I'm going to keep making videos because I feel so bad for you sinners.
Right. You don't even
understand. She's not. I'm telling you, she's straight. She's straight. Christian straight. Oh, she's straight. She got the armor on, the blood of Jesus. Like, this is what they eat, breathe, sleep, and shit. This is not bothering her. To evangelize to us.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like she did this shit. These are all decisions on her part. It's a bad situation. Let's turn it into a positive. Infidelity is a very common thing in everyone's relationships, everyone's marriage. So she's not going through some shit no one else has been through. She's going about it in a way, the way her nigga carries himself. I don't know how much I've ever heard him talk about Jesus and all that. He was very,
every video.
Oh, he did. Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, he's just as religious because God's on blah, blah, blah.
He's not. He's full of shit. And I was saying that too. I was like, what I think about her is she really is this 100% Christian woman, probably some out of missionary church. This is who she is. And she's with him who he may have been like that. He could have started out like that. He may have aspirations to be that way, but that's not what this nigga is on. That's not what this nigga is on. He out here trying to fuck bad bitches who come in his inbox.
The devil got him. What you talk, girl? The devil got what you talk. If you don't, girl, this man has a demon, girl.
What Christians like to say is that the highest evil, the greatest evil is in the highest places. It's some metaphor like that. So this is how Christians justify why pastors are like fucking little kids, and all them priest motherfuckers is fucking them little boys, and why the pastor is fucking the lady on the choir, or why the choir director is really sleeping with another person that's married. It's just like they find all these ways to justify bad behavior or disrespectful behavior or whatever the case is. And this is a Christian argument. I'm not really gonna get on their ass today, but at the same time, it's just like with this lady, I respect what it is she stands for and what her belief is. And I'm I hate that it's so easy to laugh at her, because it is. It's hard to listen to her go on and on about these things, because it's like, sis, this is not that crowd. This crowd don't give a fuck about that. This crowd's gonna keep dragging you and keep saying you look ridiculous. She was like, you're talking about my clothes. This is my armor of the Christ. Talking about my shoes. This is the sandals of justice. Like, this is how the fuck she's talking.
That shit, bruh. That shit going over her head, bro. She eating this shit for breakfast.
She don't care. So if anything, that's a message to everyone who's laughing at her about the way she's behaving. Mrs. Jackson don't give a fuck about none of this, okay? She done bled the blood of Jesus on all of us, because her nigga cheated, but we the ones that's dumb for thinking dumb.
Y'all lost.
Y'all the sinners.
Y'all are sinners.
Y'all the sinners.
Okay? Something wrong with y'all. And Ashley Wright was saying that. She was like, I don't know why y'all laughing at this lady. Y'all caring?
Who said that?
Ashley Wright.
Oh, the video you sent, but I couldn't listen to. Okay.
She said, I don't know why y'all laughing. This your mama. This is somebody mama talking right now. This is your friend. This is your auntie. She kept explaining. She was like, y'all,
my auntie. I got like two aunties just like that.
Y'all think this shit is funny. Y'all laughing. But this is what I've heard my whole life. This is what your mother has preached to you, your aunt, your cousin, your niece, your religious ass, Christian ass family preaches when someone does something wrong. And they're trying to either justify it, right? They're trying to get through it. And this is the way that they get through it. No one is accountable, right?
Yes.
It's an accountability that slips through the crack, because guess what? I made a vow. And my vow is to this man. You ain't never gonna catch me saying nothing crazy or even my opinion about how I really feel about it to y'all. That's between me and my husband. So whatever we talk about is what we talk about. But when I talk to y'all, I'm an evangelist. She looked like Mila said it looked like she ready to fight. That's what Mila felt. Mind you, everybody getting all whatever from looking at her on this video. Mila said she looked like she the type of person that holds everything in, and then when she explodes, she cuts people. Like, she literally gets off. Like, we have noticed she probably stabbed this man before. She probably fought this. She probably have felt so disrespected and whatever. She snapped. Yeah. Mila said this bitch looked like she is waiting to snap. So there's no telling what other people are seeing, but this woman will not let us see that, because she was taught not to.
What she said in her video with him was that, when this did come to light, when this was exposed,
I left.
She's like, I left. I was gone. I stayed gone until we were able to have certain conversations and do blah, blah, blah. And it was funny because I was listening. It's like, I left. And I did not come back, because this is not something I tolerate or that we're going to tolerate going forward. I only came back, and I was like, girl, I only came back because blah, 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 blah. So what my thing always was, we worried about the wrong shit, whether she want to stay with this trifling ass nigga or not, because my plight for her is, let's just leave her the fuck alone. I hope she gets on social media with this, but you're right. She's an evangelist. I kept calling her a nun. I thought she's like a nun. And it's like, her goal is going to be to get as many Christians as she can, like turn this negative into a.
She gonna get them too.
Somebody gonna jump up on it. It won't be me, but she's gonna get someone that's gonna, understand, like, wow, this lady's strength is so whatever. And essentially, that is all true.
Yeah,
it does have strength. Her faith is what's probably getting her through all this fucking embarrassing, I'm sorry, that her trifling ass husband has given her. To put the fucking light back on who it needs to be on, it's like, nigga, the bitches you was fucking don't look like your wife. I'm sure. I don't know what this lady that's.
They don't. They body.
They probably bad as fuck, right? They probably.
They wear weave.
Right. Done up. So the women that he knows how social media works, because that's his location, that's his occupation. He's an influencer, so he understands how social media works and how this shit operates. And for you to have your wife that they gonna drag, they gonna drag this bitch I don't care what he says. I know he knows. When my wife come on here with this motherfucking bonnet hat, they finna drag her ass. Why the fuck would you do that?
Because that's her.
Enough. And this is what makes him such a fucked up person. Now you have your wife. Now there's a whole other conversation about how she looked, and she looks like this, or this is why he cheated on her. All these people trying to justify and blame her for why the fuck her husband stepped out on her dozens of times. Let me make that very fucking clear. He cheated on her multiple times with multiple women. This is what he's done. And now the conversation is on her and her faith and how she sounds and what she got going on. And oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And it's like, Derrick, she's clearly not going to leave him, clearly. And when I think about it, I don't even know what to say. It's like, sis, if speaking on this makes you feel better, then okay. And I don't know if anybody's going to come and stop her, but what gives me a little peace is that she essentially does not care about how, I really don't think she cares about how people are laughing at her or what people are saying about her, because essentially she's just trying to save us and get us all to heaven. And that's all she's giving a fuck about. So if that's the case, then okay, sis, fine. Derrick Jaxn, to sum him up, to cap him off, is that I was out last night eating tacos with my homegirls and CJ. And I saw I think it was Kasia, somebody sent me a video or a screenshot of him posting his video with his wife, and he was doing a reaction video to the video of him and his wife. And I sat there, one Long Island in, and I was like, this nigga is narcissistic.
Audacity.
As fuck. He said, wow, so he, and in parentheses, he put, I really confessed? Wow, shaking my head. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, that was so cringy.
That's so crazy to me. And then I didn't watch the video. I posted it, hung out with my friends, whatever. Today I got up and I had so many comments on it from just my regular people I know or whatever. And it was just narcissism at its finest. This nigga narcissist as fuck. He a fucking crackhead. He crazy as fuck. Narcissist, whatever. So then I go to Facebook to look it up just to make sure it really is a post and someone didn't make it. Found his page. He is verified. And then this nigga updates it to put the link to his book. It's 50% off because don't nobody want that shit. 50% off to buy the book about how we got through it. Derrick Jaxn, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, boy, it's just like, what? What, Micah? I
gotta pay my bills. Buy my book. What you mean?
Micah, like,
buy my book.
Guys, let me give you guys
I wouldn't have written them off, because who are we talking about? You? What? You sound insane. Somebody told me to do this video, so I was like,
yes. So I watched it. I watched some of the reaction video today because the update to the post is he put where he started talking about cheating on his wife and where he came in with his commentary. And this nigga spent the whole video talking about himself in third person.
Like he does.
Because he did that a little bit in the video. So his thing was, I'm going to react on it. His whole thing was, oh, when he saw the wife, oh, so Derrick Jaxn, this guy, talking about himself. This guy, I'm looking at his wife and I'm paying attention to his wife and all I'm thinking is, wow, is she okay? It looks like he beat her and made her do this video. And I'm more worried about her. And it's just like, it's almost like I can't process what the fuck I'm listening to.
And you embarrassed me. Why the fuck would you do a reaction on my body language and then say that it seems like I need help? Help from you? You dummy? You're a dummy.
You crazy.
Don't speak on me with your fucking reaction. Talk about your ass. Don't talk about my body language, bitch.
Leave me alone. I just feel like Derrick, leave me the fuck alone.
I can't believe him.
Derrick Jaxn, leave me alone. Like, it's like, DJ, leave me alone. That might be the name of this episode. But he did the whole reaction video on how he can't believe the wife, and the wife looks sad, and I hope this guy knows this and knows that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, Derrick Jaxn, in reference to all the Black men that have wronged women, Black women that I've heard of or whatever, we got to stop using this excuse of, Micah touched on it, and I think that was a very great point. We're all human. Yes, we're all human. Okay. And so, like Micah said, I expect you to maybe not appreciate your wife sometimes, or maybe not pursue an ongoing relationship with a whole completely other woman, disrespecting all these vows, also while claiming to be a man of God and bleeding all this blood and giving everyone all this advice about how they need to handle relationships and treat people. He is the worst type of nigga. He is the worst type of human because you know what you're doing. You manipulate everybody around you. You manipulate the insecure women that come to you for help. You manipulate whatever few men. I mean, I'll say if he's giving any man advice based on the way he talks, and he did, that's probably the only good deed he done did, because the message he was giving was correct. It was just the wrong sender. And I feel like his wife, people like him, narcissists like that, controlling, mentally, like, because narcissistic behavior is like a condition. So people like him, they know who to do that type of shit too. They can sense where to.
He's a narcissist manipulator, because you can be a narcissist and not influence or infect anybody.
Correct. Correct. And the whole idea of narcissist is just this idea of grandeur about yourself.
And it can't be.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, no, it's me. And it's kind of like if in needing to justify it, like, he just likes the attention. So this is why it's like, let me make a profit out of this. Like Micah said, he got bills to pay. So instead of just finding ways to constantly, I won't say coddle his wife, but shit, surround her with the shield of love, since she already got Jesus, or maybe she don't need no more because he already there. But instead of finding ways to keep as much of the attacks going at your wife, this nigga is sitting here posting his book and posting more reaction videos. And I bet if I go on his page right now, it might be something else new that's up. And it's just like, I think this is a lesson for everyone that listens to people on social media. I don't know how many people take things that people on social media say to heart, but they're humans like the rest of us. And I'm not saying again, he gives good advice, but if you are basing everything based on the advice and the person that's giving it, you're going to be fucked up, because clearly this nigga ain't shit like the same nigga you was probably arguing about. And for him to have found a way to make this a scenario where he's still in the public eye and he's still talking about what he did, and wow, I cheated or confessed to cheating. Listen now, it's just like, this is what narcissists do. And he's a manipulative narcissist because he finds people to manipulate. He finds ways to manipulate the story or the argument. Remember, he started off saying he cheated on his wife, but it wasn't with sex. Then to come out and say, okay, yes, I've had sex. He's a liar. Like, he's a hard to complete ass liar. He's lied to multiple people. Us, his wife, and more so, which I care more about, is all these fucking women he's tried. I am very inclined to believe that his persona at home is a very different Derrick than the Derrick that he shows on social media for people. So I feel like his wife knows what the fuck she's dealing with. I don't think he's been a charming nigga this whole time. He probably is an asshole. I saw a screenshot of a conversation, and I don't know if it's real or not, but it was in the midst of all shit he had going on, and it was like, some lady must have wrote him and disagreed with something he said, and he went the fuck off, like the fuck off. And then she was like, wow, so this is how you are in private. I just disagree with what you said. It wasn't even that deep. He told that girl to go choke on the dick. I'm sure you're used to it. I said, please tell me this is not real. I don't want to believe this today. Not today. And I'm like, if this is how this man operates, and this is how morally corrupt this nigga is, then his wife has gone through shit like this with him before. She'll probably continue to go through shit like this with him. From what I heard on something today, he must have cheated on her while she was pregnant. And they weren't married yet or something like that. So she cheated on him while she was pregnant, but she still went through with the marriage, just kind of like what we talked about, people just wanting to be married. And then as a Christian woman, this makes a lot of sense, because she just had that baby out of wedlock. So I don't know if she got married while she was pregnant or she did it right after the baby. Huh?
Shotgun marriage.
Yeah, probably had a shotgun marriage. You know, fuck, let's just do it real fast. So this baby's not born out of wedlock. But his infidelity has caused people to make a mockery of his wife and her religion and her beliefs, and that's fucked up. For everyone sitting here making fun of this lady and laughing at this lady, yes, it is hard to listen to, but a woman's religion and her essentially doing the right thing as far as she's concerned, she shouldn't be your aim for comical relief or anything else. This guy is a dog. He's a lying ass, narcissistic ass, manipulative ass asshole. That's what he is. So some guy came out and was like, everybody who's ever bought his books deserves a full fucking refund, because you ain't about none of that shit you was talking about. Now, true, it sounds nice, but it's not gonna fucking happen. There was a pastor that came out, and I think last night one of y'all was telling me that I guess the pastor did cheat on his wife, but then the pastor was saying, he came out since this story broke and was like, I've never cheated on my wife. but I do own up for the things that I've done. I don't know what that is. Maybe flirtatious conversations or something. And I own up to the things that I've done. And he was just like, you know, the nerve of you, the audacity of you to be out here condemning men over and over again, mainly black men, your fucking compadres, nigga. For you to be out here condemning people knowing good and well that this is the life you also lead just shows another level of manipulative, narcissistic, crazy ass nigga behavior. You're sick. Yep. You're sick.
Why not? Y'all gonna
in his case, and the narcissism, which is so easy with him because some niggas blame it on black men, monogamy is not in our bloodline. Remember back in the day, all black men had like 7 fucking wives and they can afford them. They could afford them. And that was life then. That's not the life now. He came out and just kept owning up. I did right. And I did this and I did this and I'm owning up to this and in no way I condone this. And it's just like, man, this is essentially what we want niggas to do, right? Anyone, when you do something wrong, own up to your behavior. But coming out of his mouth, especially when this is what you preach, this is what this is all you do. You sit in your fucking car and tell us how to be good relationship people. And you have been dragging your fucking wife for filth on the low for so long. And it was apparently one of his women that came out and was like, this nigga ain't shit, because I can only imagine how crazy that is. And then it's like, wait, is this nigga still here just to putting up posts about how to be a good man, knowing good and well I'm fucking you and you married?
So listen, and then on top of that, the whole line, I'm fucking you and you married. I'm not trying to take away from Derrick Jaxn.
Oh no, let's go. Because when you talked about the lady that came out with it, I thought about the same thing you about to say.
But you women who praise men in power, you women who want a man like what you're looking up to, these niggas have wives. Every pastor that I know has been married. It's always a first lady.
Always.
Power, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Like, I think about all the fucking manipulating ass, powerful ass niggas who changed the fucking world. Dog walking their wife. What the fuck makes you think you will be respected in any way?
I don't understand. Like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? You want to be? What the fuck you doing with this wife? What is your goal?
So wanting to be in the presence of a powerful man, I can only imagine how that could feel to somebody who feels like they need it. I don't fucking know. But my thing is, you are praising a married man. You came to him for help, and somehow he manipulated you out your drawers.
Out your panties. Now you're giving them some top.
And you continuously fuck this man for months. So, women out there, stop feeding these niggas with power. We're giving them ammunition to continue their shit. I guarantee you, if every woman, this motherfucker tried to sideline, come at like she's some bitch that, oh yeah, me and my wife were separated. I don't give a fuck. If it don't say a D, I don't want it. Divorce. Fuck separation. Stop fucking with niggas that separated because they not divorced. I don't care. Wait till the papers are signed. Because guess what? At the end of the day, there's another woman involved. She's married to him. Just as much as he is trying to get something out of you, I'm sure you're trying to get something from him, but can we not make it that? Can we not fuel his power and make him feel even bigger than what he is? Because we're saying yes. He's not raping women. We're saying yes. We have to hold these niggas accountable for the position that they have. You're a fucking leader. Why the fuck are you trying to fuck me? Say that line and probably blow his fucking mind. Why are you trying to fuck me? Sir, I'm here for real relationship advice. If that's what the fuck y'all want. Unless y'all coming to the nigga because y'all wish he was yours, stealing the nigga ain't good either. Trying to take somebody else's man, trying to be seen so that he feels that you're worth it. Fuck all that. Get your own fucking nigga. Period. We giving these niggas too fucking much because they powerful, bro. We giving them too much because they are powerful. He made a choice, so did she. He ain't shit for manipulating, but you open. God damn, like we get this nigga too much. We get this niggas way too much.
What I can say is somebody said I think one of his last books has him and his wife on it. But because I don't follow him at all, like I don't even know what the fuck he be doing other than a few videos I saw a couple years ago that, you know, turned me off of him. I didn't know he was married. And every video, because he's everywhere now, everyone's talking about him, and everyone's like commonly saying, we had no fucking clue he had a wife. We had no clue he had a wife. So there's my option, because it's not just two women. He may have pulled that stunt with two women, but he was fucking mad at the bitches. So there's many others that he probably just fucked after an appearance, just because whatever. And it's a possibility she didn't know he was married, because who the fuck knows? He don't post her none ass nowhere. So maybe maybe that is the case. And I think this is a good message for both women and men. Women, we all know, y'all know what the fuck y'all had going on. When it comes to a married person cheating with somebody else, I always put the flag on the married person, because you are married. Like, to me, I've been saying this shit since high school. You can't blame a hoe for doing a day's work. Like, I'm never gonna be mad at a hoe for fucking my nigga. My nigga fucked you. You get what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be mad at a hoe, quote unquote, for doing what the fuck hoes do. So if that's what they do, they fuck people's niggas, or a whole bunch, or whatever your justification or explanation of a hoe is. When it comes to him and the decisions he's made, and the women that have chosen to sleep with him, I'm pretty sure they've understood that, okay, obviously if he's a relationship guru and he's doing some non healthy relationship shit with you, bitch, you ain't gonna never be nothing that more than what the fuck you are, a nut or some head or whatever the fuck it is he's getting out of these women. The way he's always portrayed himself, I'm seeing pictures of this man in sweatpants, no shirt on, selfies in the fucking mirror, trying to just show off all his goods. Like, it's like nothing about that man screams Christian. And that's what I'm saying. His wife hollers Christian. Like, church songs come on when this lady pop up. This is who she is, that guy. And so it's unfortunate, because it's just like, this woman who is really about that life is unfortunately married to somebody who it looks good to be about that life, because it fixes the persona that gets you fucking paid. You're not that nigga, and that's not what you're on. And so the issue is now, are you going to make the necessary adjustments? Because here's the real question. Do we think he's going to stop cheating on his wife now? She ain't going to leave him. So we think he's done?
I thought he stopped. He transformed. The last thing was, I'm back with him because he changed his ways. We don't know when the fuck that happened, but let her tell it. He is healed. They have done the work. They got a book. So regardless of if it's out or not, that's their marriage, and she said that they're past it. So based on that, that means he's not cheating anymore. This is old news that just came out and that they've already dealt with.
Right. I think for someone like him,
it's like Will Smith and Jada, they shit was old when it came out.
Right. I think for a narcissist, such as himself, such as him, it's the need to be important. Like, you just got to be grander than whatever. You just need the attention. You need the attention on you. Not getting enough attention. You want this. I don't think he's, just with the way he's behaved, he's carried himself, it seems like a wholesome, humble home with a wife that looks like his wife. That's just a Christian woman, doesn't worry about much. A couple kids they got. That is too normal for him. It's like, it's too boring. It's whatever. I have all this popularity. I have all this influence. I have all this attention on me. I don't think he's, even if he's slowed down, I don't think he's never not going to cheat on her again. I think he is going to cheat on her again. And I think she's going to do the same thing that she's done then, because from my understanding, he cheated on her before. When she was pregnant, before they got married, and they got married anyway. And then he did all this shit he's done, and they still together. So there's nothing proving that he's not going to keep fucking doing it. Right? Even at the risk of having his money fucked up, he might just make bitches sign NDAs or something dramatic to make sure it doesn't come out or whatever the fuck. But I don't believe nothing about this nigga screams, I am delivered, like our little gay friend there. Nothing about that screams, I'm a changed person. I think you're just as fucking psychotic as you always been. You find ways to make everything about you. And oh my gosh, and let me do a review of this video instead of just seeming like a genuine, authentic, apologetic man for embarrassing your fucking wife and disappointing so many fucking people that buy your books and everything else you do. You are a fucking fraud. And the unfortunate part is his infidelity book is going to sell well because niggas cheat on their wives every day, B. So, and they stay together every day, B, usually Christian. So he'll still do well in the Christian sector, but you're a clown. It's like, just put a big ass, you know, the fucking fro and the red nose on these
niggas. Think about how many couples that are not Christians and they get cheated on. Like,
and they stay.
It's a world problem.
Yeah.
That's a world issue. That's not even cultural. That's not
so he'll probably be fine.
And I feel like if maybe he wouldn't have broke down. I feel like it would have been good for his narcissism if he broke down and blamed himself. That would have been nice. If he would have come out emotionally and said, all this time, y'all, you know, I've been living with my demons, or I've been trying to figure out why I can't stay true to my wife, or I just give in to my sexual whatever. Like, just owning up to it. Like I said, if you're going to be racist as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to be a cheater, admit to that shit and not with the antics. Like, he just had a lot of fucking
theatrics around him.
You're a fucking clown. You're a clown at this point. You know what I'm saying? So being stuck in the persona of Derrick Jaxn, you continue to be stuck in the persona of Derrick Jaxn, which is probably not going to help him. So, like I said, I don't really know how far his success has really taken him. Obviously, with the relationship guru stuff, he don't got no fucking TV show. He probably was leading up to
that. So it won't be happening now.
But that shit's dead. So my thing is, you can be YouTube popular, social media popular, you get your little bands through the likes and the subscriptions and the ads on YouTube or whatever the case is. But I really feel like he's done with, for the most part. I don't really see this blowing over because of the way that things have kind of carried on for him. Mm-hmm. I think he's done. With the level of success that he is at, I think that shit is about to
just slowly dwindle down, which is why his book is 50% off from what I saw. And else to be noted,
he gonna have to find another way to be valuable, because this
he's gonna have to get a regular job like your regular person.
Or he flips his shit, as a narcissist would do,
which he probably will,
and he talks about his problem. He makes it all about what it's like to be a cheating man and what it feels like every day.
And all the things he felt. And
I write about it.
I was unhappy.
How good it felt. The deception of his wife. How invigorating that was. If he do that.
Gold mine.
Got these niggas. Now these niggas gonna be buying his book. Because they finna be explaining to their wife, this is what I feel. This is what I feel when I'm fucking somebody else. This is it. He's telling you everything.
What I say is this: white people have a tendency. White people in the media get forgiven a lot easier than black people in the media. He's gonna learn that very quickly. And the way white people can do crazy shit, like there's some white guy, and I forgot his name, but I was listening to It's Lovely Tea. Some white man, YouTube guy, they essentially raped a woman on camera for like one of their shows. She was drunk, like too drunk. They got her like real fucking drunk, and then they like took turns fucking or whatever. But it's like, it's like a funny show, man. Oh my God. Came out with a YouTube video after that about what they did. And I think some of it was actually on YouTube. And then they were just like, we just had a threesome. And then somebody in the background was like, we're going to jail. All white guys. Of course, they raped some girl. She came out eventually and said, I was too drunk. They gave me too much to drink. And I didn't consent to anything. I just saw the video up on YouTube after that. Shit done got 50-something thousand views or however much. They make mad money off of this. And it all came out. And the thing is, all these people find ways, these white people find ways to overcome the most treacherous of fucking things, right? And what he did, he cheated on his wife. No, it's pretty common, low key. Men, people cheat all the time, but he's not going to be able to bounce back the same way these people bounce back, because this is how white people can operate, and you can't do the same shit they do. And for his whole, it's kind of like Jada. After that thing, has Jada done Red Table? Has Red Table been happening?
Yes.
It took a gap. It took a break. It was a good 3 months.
But she always does that. So she probably made it a season finale.
Perfect. She did a season. Let me just put a cap on it there. But it's there's only so much I want to hear from Jada Pinkett Smith about too much of anything. And even still, I don't even pull her that much because maybe that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, she's straight. Yeah, she's straight.
For Will and Jada to come out and Will be like, we were done. Like, I never thought we would be here. I never thought we'd be together. Like, Will was confirming, yeah, bitch, we was on the outs, okay? So Jada gets bullshit still for sleeping with, someone that's hurt and needed help. But essentially, yeah, they were done and everybody thought shit was over. So it's like, ain't nothing to worry about. So her infidelity wasn't
a true infidelity.
Right. Wasn't as bad. In his case, his is supposed to be all infidelity. And to be fair, Jada and Will don't go around talking about faithful marriages. They give more of, you need to be happy within yourself before you please everyone.
Yeah, and whatever you need to do
just a little bit more
to be happy, you do that. And if you be over here in this house being happy, I'm gonna be over here in the house being happy, but we ain't breaking up.
Yes, and it's not my job to make you happy. So right. I like those messages that they push. With this guy and the way this whole thing has played through, it's just like, it's the epitome of everything we always see. We thought, I'm about to say Queenie. We thought Saweetie and Quavo were like, I thought they were very cute together. I liked how adorable they were. And I remember thinking to myself, well, shit, this is one of the few couples you don't hear that much bullshit about. So that's great for them. Like, I never heard anything bad about them. It's over. They're broken up. There's rumors about him taking the car back, but he apparently didn't do that. They said it's not true. He didn't go take the car back, which would have been petty because nigga, you don't need it. The shit is blue. It's like icy everywhere. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that car? But this is another message to everybody around there. Like, we gotta be very careful of all these people that you hold on grand scales. Is just like goals and inspiration and whatever. I'm not saying they can't be inspirational, but stop sitting here believing that these things that we see on social media are really what the fuck they seem to be. I know bitches in real life that seem happy as fuck online. I know they don't like each other. They argue all the fucking time. I know about it because they tell me, or I see them, or whatever. So you'd be very surprised. I had this conversation with Nay, I think, and it was like just about people being married or in relationships and how we're just not where we want to be at. And I say, Nay, you be worried about. I was like, I know how it feels, but like literally, there's like a couple that I know that has like, it's Mike and Willie, like they're the closest to just normal. It's not that everything's perfect in their relationship, but they don't have these normal, typical, deceitful ass issues. Other than that, I know a lot of people that are going through weird shit or they don't like each other all the way. I've been with niggas I didn't like all the way, bitch. So it's kind of like, don't worry about the image that you see and what people are portraying to you, because of course I'm not going to come on here and tell you I don't like my nigga because he broke. I'm not about to come tell you that on IG. We are in goddamn Puerto Rico having a good time. I paid for it, but I'm gonna cut.
And I'm hurt, but I'm happy.
I'm not gonna tell you that because of course, everyone's gonna put their best foot forward because that's what the fuck we want you to see. I'm not saying don't be inspired, but please do not be bamboozled by the shit that people do. If this should help any at all, this shit should help women see, and even some men. This shit is not goals like you think it is. And to the niggas that are all just like, I told you this nigga wasn't shit. Him not being shit is still not justification for you to still not be shit. King, you need to fucking do better. Derrick fucking do better. All this does is reaffirm my issue with you guys and finding justifications for why you cannot respect us, Black women, us. Find the fucking way, King. I'm not gonna ever deny what all these years of shit white people done did to us, what kind of effect that probably has on your mind. But at the same time, you are a grown-ass man and you know wrong from right. Like I said in the beginning, why the fuck do y'all keep signing up to be monogamous and you don't want to fucking be monogamous? You can literally be single and saying as much dick as you want. There are even women that are okay with it. I know people that are in open relationships or at least heard of it. There's a lot of ways this can work. You can find a scenario that works for you, that doesn't make you feel stifled or restrained or whatever. You can find something that works for you. But when you pick up somebody that is not on that, women or men, and you just drag them for fucking filth, you damage another person. And I feel like the men that I know, the situations I see, and Black men, I'm coming at y'all asses again, a lot of you guys are entirely too fucking comfortable with that. And you're entirely too comfortable. I don't want to hear about what white men do and everybody else. I don't fuck them. I don't know. I don't care. I'm talking about you. You guys are entirely too comfortable doing. There's somebody we know that her dude was cheating on her. Somebody we know went and told her the whole scenario, the whole synopsis, everything. Sis still trying to find a way to, well, I want to talk to the girl. And our friend was like,
pictures and let me see the
pictures. It's like, sis, what you need to see? What else do you need to see? You have proof that your nigga was out here trying to be with this person. They together right now, booed the fuck up, hugged up, everything fine. And when I saw that, I felt bad for her. Like, that's how my mind went. I felt bad for her when I saw that shit. Like, well, sis, if you like it, I love it. But it's just like, it's almost kind of like, man, the pickings are so fucking slim with you niggas that women do have to unfortunately say shit like this. And this Derrick nigga just helps reaffirm that idea. All men gonna cheat. All these Black men are gonna drag you. So you might as well find one that at least cares enough to not let you find out. That's not okay. That's not fucking okay. And that's not how it's supposed to be. So women, find a way. If you're like his wife, you're probably gonna say whatever and sis, I'm fine with that. But women, you don't need a Derrick Jaxn to constantly tell you what all the shit he was saying was right. So take all those little gems his lying ass gave you, take all those little gems and just find a little bit more self-worth within yourself. There's certain shit you don't have to deal with. We don't have to deal with this shit. Okay, men, if you're in some weird fucking scenario with women, I know some women that are pretty fucked up too. If you're in that situation, King, you ain't gotta deal with that shit. You can leave. You just have to find the energy or the strength to do that. And that, I know that shit is easier said than done. Take it from somebody who'd have stayed with a few trifling ass niggas, but it's just like it's almost like once that switch flips, my guy, it just flips, and it's just I don't know what it's gonna take for guys. I know a few good guys, bro, but I know so many that are just so fucking bad, and it's like, man.
And another thing I want to say about that is,
and another thing,
you gotta leave. Okay, so this brings me to this point. Most people who stay in their towns, in their cities, we circulate in the same niggas just to a certain degree. You run in the same circles. People know each other. You know, 9 times out of 10, I done talk to somebody that my friends just talk to, or unknowingly, or whatever the fuck. But my thing is, when you start feeling like there's nobody out there in the world for you, I need you to stop, because that's a very dramatic thought. It's a dramatic thought because you are thinking about the niggas that you come in contact with on a day-to-day basis. You're not changing your surroundings. You're not moving out of your city. You're not, I feel like
the biggest thing you said is changing your surroundings.
Yeah, but
you're the same shit.
You're intentionally manifesting negative energy because you keep talking about what you don't want. But in the turn, you're getting what you don't want. So if you flip that conversation around, I told me and Leo was talking about forgiving yourself for whatever the fuck, forgiving yourself, and you're able to move out of that state of mind, then you can start thinking clearly, okay, maybe I need to go to this place now. Maybe I need to try networking events. Maybe I need to blah, blah, blah. Because if you're dealing with the same type of dudes and they have the same type of pattern in a certain way, there's no telling if every nigga in the world is finna cheat on us. Ain't no telling until we get it. I'm in a relationship right now. Do I think Willie's gonna cheat on me? No. I don't feel that wholeheartedly. Is he a man? He is. He is a man.
His dick might just slip and fall.
That he can slide that dick somewhere else. But I don't feel that. I'm 100% okay with our relationship, and I feel comfortable with that. I found him. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? And it's on some random shit. I turned this nigga down in college, bruh. Seen him 6 years later. So, and mind you, I went somewhere I normally don't fucking go. Let's just talk about that.
I was there. I was with her. I saw it.
Yeah. And so my thing is, I feel like, don't feel like you're so stuck in what your life is. Your life doesn't have to be like that. And that's just not about niggas. That's
in general.
Expose yourself to something different.
That's a word, Mike. That's a word.
To get a better feel of what you really fucking want. Because do you really know what you really fucking want? You know what you don't want. But do you know what you really want? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my friend about to move out the country. I got a couple of people that's just fucking moving. I'm fucking going to whatever. I'm going whatever. If you can do that and you really want to find love, why fucking not? Just leave. You know, just try to experience something different, because there's so many people in the world. Travel more. Maybe you'll meet somebody in the airport.
And there's somebody like Micah. This has been like a literal conversation me and Micah have had like countless times, because I'm that bitch just like, you know what, I give up, I'm done, I had a baby already, I'm gonna just wait till I hit a certain age, I'm gonna just fuck all these little young kids and just be a cougar and call it a day. Like this is, I have been on the receiving end of this many times, but Micah's absolutely right. I think the most important thing you can do for yourself is find a way to make peace with what's happened to you, with the decisions you've made to get yourself here. A lot of people have a hard time with that. Please find a way to decipher how the fuck you got in your situation. And it could simply be by just being too forgiving, okay? I am very known for giving niggas a bazillion chances to drag my ass up and down. New Leah, don't know about that, okay? I'm real fucking spicy now. But back in the day, like 2 years ago, bitch, it was ridiculous. It's just like, you know, you just give people so many chances. So I think that's the biggest thing you do. Once you make that particular change for yourself, then all these other things Micah said will be so much easier for you to do, because you just, it's like, once you know your self-worth, you just operate differently. And it's such an awakening. It's ridiculous. And it's not something that everyone just is naturally born with. You wouldn't look at me and Micah and just automatically assume we're insecure about anything. We fine as fuck. But that's not the case. Everyone has insecurities in some type of way. Everyone's not sure about themselves in some type of way. Some even more than others. From what I always hear, the really, really pretty girls, like unnaturally, beautifully pretty girls, be the most fucking damaged ones. They just be hurt and insecure and go through so much shit. And it's unfortunate, but it's all about a self thing. You guys got to find a way to get out of that shit. And once you kind of make peace with that, and I haven't all the way made peace with it, but this self-worth thing and knowing your whatever, that shit is very big for me now. And it's changed so much in my life. I see shit so differently. It doesn't even make sense. And so it doesn't help when I see little stories like this, because that last part I'm still trying to get over is if I'm going to deal with you niggas again. And, it's will touch and go, There's a great guy trying to date me right now. It's like, man, I don't know, nigga. I don't know. I don't know.
I gotta self-assess. Like I knew what I kept attracting from the same type of guys. You need to be able to call that out. You need to be able to figure out, oh shit, this is what I do.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
That's why they want me. Damn.
Right.
Like you gotta figure out what is it about you that's attracting these certain types of people, because you do have a type. Because it's based on trauma, it's based on what you've seen, it's based off the relationships around you, it's based off the advice that people have given you, and everything. Your life basically is like a walking example of what the fuck you gonna end up with if you don't fix that shit. Come deal with that shit now, and it's not about who I'm with, it's about who I am. So when you start realizing the root of the problem, okay, cool, I got it. That shit is a habit. It's a hard habit to break. So it's not gonna be easy. This shit took me a while to notice. I was dating niggas like my daddy. That ain't really, he's a great guy, but he's not the guy for me. My dad is not the type of guy for me because of the certain things the characteristics that he had. That wasn't what I was supposed to have, right? Mm-hmm. So when you figure that shit out, it's like, ooh. And then women who blame their father for being promiscuous.
Or whatever, yeah. Okay, yeah, promiscuous.
Okay, cool. I get off because my dad never loved me, so I'm looking for my dad's love. The moment you can say that shit, it is your fault.
Over. After that. It's over now.
But now that you recognize the problem, you must do things towards that ending. You have to.
You gotta let that go, sis.
Who I was dating, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Guess what? I ain't dated a nigga like him since the last two niggas. So everybody that I've even encountered, even took me on a date, was nothing like the niggas I dated. I've actually been in love with. Nothing like them. So I knew that shit worked. So I'm telling you how that shit worked. You just gotta channel it, and you gotta be very intentional about wanting to be happy and wanting to get what you deserve and wanting to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Everybody has the right to have what they want. That's just what it is. Everybody has the right to have what they want. So if you wholeheartedly feel like you deserve to have what you want, you got to do the work to get what you want. Don't make excuses. You may fuck up. You may get, some may be a little different from the nigga, but he's still like the rest of the niggas. You did a little better, sis.
And that's something that's hard to pinpoint. And so like Micah said, you kind of peep, but you have a type. What I could say my issue is I think most of my boys, they had different vibes. They all had different whatevers, but it was like, there's like two main ones I dated for most of my adult life, right? Mainly my daughter's dad, and then the other one was another ex. And it's just like, my flaw or my biggest issue in that is, for whatever fucking reason, it's like, I'm so comfortable with saying, I always feel like I'm gonna get kidnapped, niggas is crazy, blah, blah, blah. So instead of just taking the chance of venturing out and finding a man that'll actually treat me the way I deserve to be treated, I'm quicker to stay with niggas that I already know, or that I already know their mama, or I already know he's not a killer. So let me just stay with him and literally deal with the subpar whatever that I get. And mind you, I'll be happy as fuck with these niggas. I'll be straight until I'm not. And there's little bits and pieces. And to me, there's also a lack of respect there. I had to kind of gauge one of my exes that I kept dating over and over again. This man had a baby on me. Like, we were together. He got a whole person pregnant. He has a whole child that he made while we were together. right? His baby mama called me, cussing me out, just so much. And I've dated him multiple times since then. And it was an epiphany that kind of struck this last time when I was over it. It was like this. Of course he doesn't respect you. How many fucking things has this nigga done? He done clearly cheated on you. He done made a whole person. And you done still took his sorry ass back. So then it goes to self-assessing. What the fuck is it about you that doing this in these situations? And you can't always pinpoint who you're gonna connect with. They say you can't help who you love. I guess you kind of can if you set certain standards to what the fuck you're gonna deal with in the first place. I'm only gonna deal with a nigga that has this, or a nigga that shows me this, or this, or this. And then that's a whole different playing field with what you may or may not have to deal with and all the things that come up. So since a lot of the times the issue can wholeheartedly be you, and it could be a noble flaw, but a flaw nonetheless. Mine is I see potential in everybody. Used to, I don't anymore. I don't got time for that shit. I'm sorry. I'm not potential girl anymore. But that was my thing for a very long time. And so being in these situations, you subconsciously make yourself a victim in these ridiculous scenarios that you put yourselves in. Niggas that ain't never shown you shit for you to be holding on to, you find ways to hold on to it. And you hold that bitch. And here I go. It's fucking 3 years later, I'm still with this nigga. Don't nothing make sense. Sis, you gotta get out of that shit. And I think it all just comes to finding the strength within yourself to figure out what it is you really want and what you deserve. And and it's really a you thing. Because I know a whole bunch of you, like Derrick Jaxn's wife, sis doesn't feel like she has low self-esteem or whatever and strength. Her mentality is completely different because her faith plays a bigger role in her life than either one of us, either than Micah or myself. So when you have something that's bigger, people who are hard down Christians, God comes before everything. It comes before the kids. It comes before the marriage. It comes before breathing. God comes before everything. And in that, they have a different set of strength. They have a different level of strength that we don't have. And that's the admirable thing about it. But from us on the outside looking in, sis just looks sad. Sis looks sad, and it's hard to hear what she's going through, but I'm not worried about her. She's pretty content. And whether they break up or whether he keeps trying her or not, or whether he can drag her for filth or not, she ain't gonna give a fuck because she's gonna go to Jesus and bleed the blood on him all the time. And that's what's gonna happen. If you ain't got that type of conviction in your faith, sis, then find another way.
Yeah. This is a lesson that she needs to learn. This is a tribulation that she's going through in her life.
This is a tribulation, girl. They love that. Yes, there's a tribulation. And she's going to go to the tabernacle and she's going to fix this.
Listen, God don't send you nothing you can't handle. Okay?
That's what they say.
The storm is happening, but it's about to be over, sis. Whatever.
True, because and then maybe this will work out for her because he ain't going to have that many bookings. At least not right now. Not with his lying ass. But he might, because so many people want to hear, so why'd you do it? And how do you handle all the criticism now? And this nigga can't wait to talk, right? He can't wait to talk about why he did this and I did this. So he honestly may be okay for a little bit. And hopefully it just dies down to where, okay, we got enough of the story. You trifling, you ain't shit. All right, fine. He still has a couple more minutes of limelight because more women are going to come out. Women that he probably tried to holler at, or things that he tried to flirt, or women that he probably tried to fuck on a little bit, they gonna come out and be like, oh, that nigga tried to fuck me too, girl, here go the DMs. Like, it's gonna come out and he's gonna have to explain all that. And then once all that hype of damn, relationship guru really ain't shit, once all that comes out, now you just a regular, smegular, degular, trifling ass nigga like all the other ones. And we don't want to hear that shit. If I want to hear why niggas do dumb shit, I just ask for my exes. I got all asses. They dumb, they hurt right now. Hurt, missing a bitch. You want to know how many Micah niggas said she pregnant? What? Oh my gosh, they're in shambles. Don't know what to do with themselves. Well, nigga, should have been a bit
funny.
All right, so that's the cap on Derrick. Micah, give us something encouraging for the Black community, bitch, because we need it.
So it wasn't going to be encouraging, but I can go to encouraging.
It doesn't have to be. Give us just your Black.
I saw something crazy.
Black as fuck.
Black people. It was about white people using black skin for clothing and
oh Lord,
placement for leather.
Yes.
So the one thing I want to say to Black people, we done been through a lot, and I think we learn something new about our history every day, to be real. And that's because people are in the woke stages, right? We have Black Lives Matter. We have the Breonna Taylors. We have the George Floyds. We have all these cases. We have companies backing up. We got Target. We got a section in Target for Black History Month. We got a section in Target for Black creators. Like, I was in Target, I was like, wow, look at y'all. Like, people are on the bandwagon for the whole Black Lives situation. They're giving small business loans, have never given this much money to Black people in probably the history of the SBA loans.
We don't get shit.
There are some advantages coming from the disadvantages that have happened to us in our community. But the one thing I want to say is never stop learning, right? Because I think our culture has been trashed and torn apart and separated and divided. Like, we're constantly being pulled away from who we could be or who we are. We don't really know what identity lies within who we are. So I think we're constantly looking for validation in who we are. And whatever way you do that, whatever healthy way you do that, just know that whatever narrative that you want to set for your family, let that be that, right? If you want your family to always celebrate Juneteenth, that's what your family does. If you want to wear dashikis on Sundays, every fourth Sunday, if you want to go to church, if you don't want to go to church, whatever your values for your family, allow that to be the values for your family. Because what's happening is we're not passing along any traditions. Everybody's fucking lost because nobody has a sense of self or tradition. Yeah. Talk to your great grandmother. Figure out what they used to do on Sundays, how they used to gather people together. I know a lot of people don't even have family reunions no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a tradition that I feel like has been lost. And Corona damn sure ain't helping none of this shit. But it's something that you can do that can create a culture for your family. So at least your immediate can feel like they're a part of something bigger. You know what I'm saying? So this message was just finding a greater sense of self, because like I said, there's so many different things that are coming out about slavery, about what they did to Black people, about how Black people rebelled or how we didn't rebel or whatever. But the information is there, and it can be overwhelming. The shit I saw today, I mean, it never ceases to amaze me what they did. I mean, they were devils, to be honest. They were inhumane. They were immoral. They were genocidal. Like, you can oh God, they were monsters, to be honest. Because the things that you can do to another person, that was.
And sleep perfectly fine at night. It's just nothing.
And they justified it with the Bible. So that makes me feel like what Christians do today is what their masters did, and this is how they got through everything. So this is the learned behavior. I just want your Christians to know that.
And they hate that. They hate that. That's the case.
But I hate hearing that. African American Christians. I ain't talking about the Christians everywhere else, because there was Christianity in Africa before. Them crackers came over and tried to tell us something else. So,
you say that. It's so...
What? Only thing just create a sense of culture and tradition in your family, whatever that's gonna look like. Because I feel like our kids, your distant cousins, we need to find that again, because I feel like family has been lost and misconstrued, and the Black family has constantly been under attack, honestly.
Yeah, that's what sis was saying in her rant. A marriage is under attack. No, your nigga ain't shit. That's end, sis. So, he's a terrible man.
They do not want to see us together, but it don't matter. No, they don't want to see us together.
That's beautiful, Micah.
What we just need to do, we just need to find a stronger sense of self, because I feel like everything in between, all the foolery that we do, all the
that's for the foolery.
Stupid shit that goes on in our neighborhoods. Like, I feel like we're lost. We're just wandering. We're just in the wilderness, just trying to figure this shit out, because we don't have a strong sense of self. So whatever that looks like for you and yours, just try to find a stronger sense of self so all of this shit makes sense. Because I know on a regular basis, I find myself like, why Black people? I probably ask myself probably once a week that question. Why us? Why us? Shit, why anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's disheartening. So in order for me to not be so heavy, I think about the traditions that I'm going to create and the stories that I'm going to tell and the community and the kids that I reach on a regular day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes me feel better. So whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better about being Black. You should do that because Black is dope.
I think that's beautiful.
I think it's dope.
Whatever you need to do. I'll sum it up. I'm not gonna rant. I went off about this nigga already. My little plight here is just that again, Black men, for the ones that I don't feel like Willie gets too devastated by me snapping on this, because as far as Willie's concerned, he's a Black man. He's taking care of his bitch and everything's fine. Yeah, this is not about him. This is not for him. If a hit dog will holler, so if you feel hit, holler. The point I'm trying to make is, it's that shout out to Practice Starts Monday podcast. I was on there with them, and there was just a quick synopsis of somebody on there, like I said, that I think I brought up on the last one, that he just doesn't like Black women or whatever. Right. And because of what the ones he's experienced done to him. But the catch was, this shit literally happened when he was 6. He was 6 years old. 6. And he tried to talk to this Black girl, and the Black girl didn't want to talk to him because she wanted to talk to a light-skinned Black guy instead, and that's what she did. And ever since then, he was just over it. So all his castmates, MJ and Check, shout out to all those guys over there. He was like, nigga, that was one scenario. When you were 6, like, what the fuck a 6-year-old know about dating? You know what I mean? So they gave the whole thing. But I think one thing I didn't say there, because Micah always said it to me, and I wish I would have said it. I didn't think about it till literally like the other day. But one thing Micah said is that you don't ever hear white men going around saying they don't like white women.
And why they don't?
You don't ever hear Asian, and they probably don't. They probably want to fuck us, but you don't hear them going around saying, I don't like white women. Asian, right. I don't like Asian women. Like, you don't hear these other men doing it, but for some reason, y'all Black asses feel so comfortable going around saying you don't like us. Every time I hear guys say that, I feel like you're lost, and I feel so terrible for you. There's so many other things to worry about. Like, this is the reason why I prefer to date a guy that at least makes close to as much money as I do. A little bit more, a little bit less is fine, because I don't want money to be what we're going to worry about. There's so many other fucking things we need to worry about that's going to come up in life. I don't want finances to be an issue. Furthermore, when it comes to niggas who just can't stop fucking, if it's a situation where infidelity is something that you feel like you're gonna have, then as Micah said earlier, just stay single, king, because all you do is further diminish the importance of the Black family, the importance of a Black couple, the importance of how you need to treat us if our own men don't find it necessary to respect us in a certain kind of way. And I don't give a fuck about rap music and all that rap music says. It says a lot of crazy shit. The bitches they be talking about don't be me, and to me, I know who I'm dating. I know what I'm doing. And the men that choose to date me, you get a very wholesome motherfucker over here. And they've made poor decisions. Men have tried Micah. Micah's a nice bitch. They try her too. So it all goes down to when you guys constantly make the conscious decision, I want you to understand that, the conscious decision to disrespect us or diminish any value that we may or may not have, you set us up for the wolves, my guy. You throw us out there to be handled any old type of way. We are strong Black women, but stop seeing us as these fucking mythical creatures almost that have the strength of 1,000 men. No, we're your women. And so we expect you to be the strong one. We shouldn't have to be fucking hard as stone to deal with you at the end of the day, because you come with so much possible fucking antagonizing problems. I don't need the man I sleep next to be the biggest cause of my pain. The big cause of my worry. I got to deal with these fucking people at my job. I got to deal with regular racist motherfuckers on the street. I'm a woman. I'm small. So they want to just, I'm scared I'm going to get kidnapped every fucking day. There's all these things that women go through already. Black women go through. And I feel like we get the shittiest end of the stick when it comes to stuff, because we already Black. So we down here with you, daddy. But then we're a woman. So we're just useless for whatever fucking reason. And we got to go through all that shit already. And at the end of the day, we still got to fight with you. And it's not to say that there aren't difficult ass women. There are difficult women too. But for the particular men that consciously hurt the woman that you claim to care about, something's wrong with you, king. And you need to figure out what the fuck that is. You can't keep blaming what you saw or what you was raised to do, because you're a big boy now and you know wrong from right. You've gotten into a monogamous relationship and have chosen to be unfaithful. You're hurting this woman. You fucking up your kids. You're ruining the family. There's certain shit that all these racist motherfuckers did to us so many years ago. They don't have to really do shit else, because you niggas do it for them now. You do it for them. Fucking reason why so many of us should have so many similar stories when it comes to this. So whether it's us that needs to help you, tell us what the fuck it is you need us to do. Whatever needs to get you guys on a better page, to find a way to just find it in your heart to just treat us like your fucking counterparts. like the person that carries your children, like the person that cooks your food and take care of your home, if that's the way your relationship is set up, that would just mean so much to me because I hate the stories that I have to hear about things that I've gone through, which some are bad, some aren't even that bad, but then some of the things that the other women go through. And because we do love you so much, and because we do ultimately want to be wives or have kids and start a family, we're forced to settle for the fucking bottom of the barrel because that's what you niggas have to offer. When you get pissed that black women go off and get with another race or whatever, I'm not fully against it. I don't know how well I would do with a white man, but at the same time, there's a thing about going where you're appreciated. So if I'm not appreciated amongst my kind, then what do you expect me to do? You expect this lady to be me and just make up in her mind she ain't date nobody else? Or do you expect her to go find love and get the family that she wanted? Because that's ultimately what humans want to do. You get what I'm saying? Life is too short to be forced to be in shit you don't want to be in. So if you don't want to be in a relationship, leave. But that, I promise, will hurt less than constantly putting her in situations. And just to top it off, there are women that are perfectly fine with dealing with the drama back and forth. It's just that's not healthy. Beating up every bitch he fucks is not solving any problems. You're stuck in a vicious, terrible cycle. You're making a fool of yourself and him. Leave. That shit shouldn't be so hard. Like that connection, that relationship, that shouldn't be so difficult, and it shouldn't be something that you have to fight so fucking hard for. Me and Micah say we love each other, want to be together. That's it. Me and Micah agree we're not fucking nobody else. Guess what, Micah? I'm just fucking you, girl. What's up? That's it. It's so simple. It's stupid. And life could be so much easier if respect was just something that was held a little bit higher. When it's amongst black women and black men, respecting each other needs to be so much higher than it is. Stop being so comfortable going around saying you don't date your own kind. You sound like a fucking idiot. Shut up. Stop going around saying you don't like black men. Bitch, you black as fuck.
Nobody cares. No one asks you.
Stop doing that. Yes, stop saying that.
You.
Stop saying that. Black men, stop saying that. Somebody, y'all, we got to find it in ourselves to be better to ourselves. Because we out here looking weak as a fucking unit, I'm going to be honest. We look silly.
We've been that way, yeah. And y'all
want to keep silly. We look foolish.
Fucking go ahead and feed the narrative because we've been looking weak.
Yeah. Now we just even dumber. We look dumb. So cut it out. Okay. Find other things. There's so many other things that I'll be worried about than where you're gonna put your dick. Put your dick in the woman you're married to. Try that. Sis, if he broke, talk to him about his finances. Or maybe you need to move on. Like things can be handled so much more respectfully. No one's telling you to stay in a situation you don't like, but respect is a must. Like respect is the minimum. It should be the minimum in every scenario. And I would really encourage us all to figure that out more. Good luck for any nigga think he's gonna come around here and try my motherfucking ass. It's not happening this time. And I've gone through it, and it just takes having to have that one little realization, that switch to click for you to just say, you know what, man, I gotta deal with this shit. And Micah helped me a lot with that, and hopefully we're helping somebody else with that, because it's just, there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing a woman finally get a pep on her step. I know some really good guys that get a rough get dealt a rough hand too. And King, respect is the minimum. If respect is not given, once motherfucker disrespect you, get
bro, get out of there.
If that helps, get out of there.
Battered man, dog. You battered. You gotta.
You hurt, boo. You hurt. And you know how men are. Me and Mike talk about all the time. A guy get hurt one time, like the dude from the show. He was 6. A black woman tried him when he was 6. A black kid, a child. Let's stop calling her a black woman. She was 6. She hurt his feelings. He had never dated a black woman again. Nigga made up his whole mind for the rest of his life. Like, come on.
And that's he's lying.
You said he lying? Like, I don't believe him.
It sound good. Fuck out of here.
I think it's a terrible lie because it doesn't sound good. It sounds stupid. So it's like that can't be. Come up with a better lie if that's the case.
Everybody else talked about his skin complexion and how dark he was. He dark, ain't it? That's why. Boy, good night.
He was a little darker than me because I remember him saying the girl is like a little lighter than him. She's like my complexion. So I'm like, okay. And she wanted the light skinned guy. I said I had things for light skinned boys back in the day. I'm over it. But it was like, but she was 6.
6-year-olds don't even conceptualize that. Like
that's no. She don't even know.
He's lying. He's lying. I don't know. Okay.
Maybe not. That's another problem.
Don't believe that's the reason. You write it out. You probably don't want dark kids. Oh. That's the thing.
Because I asked him like, what does he date? And I believe he said he likes Latinas. So I think that's where he's been resonating ever since. Like the Latin lovers. He's a Latin.
They ain't white, but they got a little soul in them. So I guess.
Cool. All right. Well, this is it, man. This is the end of this one. I'm gonna wrap this one the fuck up. Mike, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you and all your insights. Tell my fetus I said hello.
You're amazing. Hello.
I said hi. Teacher said hi. Or teacher said hi to the baby. Okay. Please follow us at, please visit us at letitsayitforyou.com. You can follow us at Let It Say It For You on IG, Let It Say It For You on YouTube, and Let It Say It For You, just the you, on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for listening. Black people respect each other more. We can do this. We look weak. Let's look strong. Get our shit together. Okay. Love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Peace.